Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the stream. It is Tuesday, and you guys all know what Tuesday means. That means it is Wurm Roulette Day, and we're gonna go on another adventure today in Wurm Online, guys. And welcome on in, everyone, to the chat there. We've got Ayla, we've got Eggy86, and hello there, Eggy. I'm trying to remember if I've seen your name before. It takes me a few times before I remember folks when they've started to chat on my stream here. But welcome on in, and Drogos, and how's the Drogos and Tuxi actually? In my last stream, we were looking at the mountaintop deed, and I was asking if someone would like to adopt it from me and take it on for themselves. And Drogos and Tuxi came and had a look at it, and they liked it, and they and we handed over that deed to them, so they're gonna have a little home away from home there, right next to my island. Actually, it's actually Drogos and Tuxi. Just let me just actually right over here. I can show you guys where they are. Let me just go over here. We'll go up the hill, and hello, Tuxi. Good to see you. And Knut, hello, and Knight, and Trekkie. How are you guys all doing tonight? I am... How am I doing? Well, there's some good and the bad stuff. There's some stuff that's bothering me, and we might go into that later on in the stream, but for the most part, I'm doing good. My tummy is full of food. Got a cup of coffee here next to me, and it's all good. I mean, we're playing Wurm. How could I not be good, right? Wurm has such a soothing, healing effect. Let me just make sure this microphone is close enough. There we go. I think that's a bit better now. And what was I going to say next? I forget. Oh yes, we were going to go and just check out where Tuxi and Drogos have their sort of summer cottage here on the server of Xanadu. And Ayla, you were getting an echo. Oh. Huh. Tuxi doesn't have any echo. Oh, the Discord was going. So you had like two cases going, right? So, and actually this is probably kind of cute for you guys, Drogos and Tuxi, to see as well. So my island here on Xanadu is right here. Let me just zoom into that. It's right here, and the mountaintop deed is at the very peak of this one, which is right up there. So I had this lovely, beautiful deed up there all these years, and I haven't done anything with it. So Drogos and Tuxi have moved in next door. We're now neighbors. And I'm glad to hear that you guys are enjoying it so far. Good to hear. Okay, so let's get down to the actual topic at hand tonight, which is, of course, Wurm Roulette. And if you're new to my stream, if you've never been to one of my Wurm Roulette streams before, I'm just going to go through this spiel. Isn't that the right word, spiel? When you sort of like have like kind of introduction, like a explanation. Anyhow, we are playing Wurm Online, which is a Sandbox MMO, and my favorite MMO that I've been playing for 7 years. And every Tuesday, that wasn't very ladylike. Every Tuesday, we go on an adventure to explore an area I've never been to before in Wurm. Okay, this is... Let me see if we can do it from here. Okay, that's better. And every Tuesday, we've been doing this now for over a year. We go and explore an area I've never been to in Wurm. And you may be wondering, Cats, if you've been playing this game for 7 years, how is it possible that you have not in that time already explored every inch of the game? Like, surely you must have. And nope, I have not, guys, because I'm telling you, the landmass of Wurm is absolutely huge. So I have not, and we have some maps here ready and waiting. Let me just bring those up. So when we try to decide where we're going to go, we press this little pick destination button, and then a marker is going to land on a random spot. And you see all these blue dots here? Those symbolize the previous Wurm Roulette streams that we've been doing. And the number coincides with the number of the stream, and they're all in a playlist on my YouTube channel. And my YouTube channel link is there on my Twitch main page, so you can just check it there if you want to go and see old episodes. And of course, these are the old servers, but after the Steam launch, we got new servers, which are the Northern Isles. And so we've started to do the Wurm Roulette streams there as well. And actually, over the past weeks, the marker has landed many times after a row here on... First of all, when we spun the wheel, we're going to spin this wheel over here and decide, are we going to go to the new server or the old servers? But it has landed on the new servers these past weeks, and it's always landed on Cadence. So fingers crossed, guys, that it doesn't that we don't have to go to Cadence once more this time. It would be nice to get a little bit of a change in the routine here. So let's just start off by spinning the wheel. New servers are the Northern Isles. Old servers are Southern Isles. So let's go. See what happens. We are going once again to the new servers, Northern Isles. So we can just say goodbye to this map, and then we shall just press the pick destination button and see where the marker lands. So 3, 2, 1, pick destination, and it is pointing, let me put my glasses on, it's pointing to Melody, just in the neighborhood. And you know what, guys, like, first of all, it's in the water. Second of all, I have forgotten to mark that I've actually explored this area because it's right close by. I'm not sure why I haven't. Why haven't I marked that? That should all be blue, but it's in the water anyhow. So we're just going to press this again. Pick destination. Oh no, not Cadence. And we were just up at... This was the last episode. No. I refuse, guys. No, we're going to press it again. No, it's not going to go on the blue area. We're not obviously going to go and re-explore. So Harmony, and this is very close to this area, but let's go to Harmony and let's do it so that we explore this upper section over here. Okay, so Harmony it is, and we'll just plonk that into Photoshop, which I have handy dandy and open over here. And let's just put that over there and update the map on the stream as well. Okay, then just save and make sure that that updates. Okay, I'm gonna have to change it in OBS. Hold on. The link for that, because it's taking it from the cache right now. So let's see. We have to actually navigate this time. Twitch. Wurm. And mystery destination and done. And it has updated it now. Good. Good, good, good. So, Harmony it is. And that means we can say goodbye to Milena here. I'm sorry, Milena, once again, we will not go adventuring with you, although, of course, on Saturday's stream, when we were doing the dragon, when we got the spontaneous idea to go to the dragon hunt, we were playing with Milena there, but yeah, let's just leave the horse on the grass there, so it won't starve. And we'll say goodbye to Milena, and we will focus on Safarina today. And she should have everything good to go. And since we're going to go to do another server, we should, of course, remove all of the horsey stuff and put the horse into a creature cage. So let's just do that. And I'll catch up with you guys as we set sail. let's just double check. We have cotton to heal. We have a sign to plant at the location. We have our water. Ooh, food. And we should grab some, let's get the horse packed first. Actually. Food situation. Do I have any food here? Oh, you know what we should do? We should eat some affinity foods for fighting. Just in case we do some battling on the way. You never know. So let's just grab aggressive fighting. Well, it looks like Safarina has a disease. She was mining in a mine and she must have caught a cold there. So there's aggressive fighting, and then that's just normal fighting. Hold on. Oh, she's so full she can't eat anymore. Okay. But do we have any filler foods? Or should I go to the Alliance? Yeah, I don't think we have. So let's just go grab a couple of meals kindly prepared by Griff from the Alliance larder, just in case we get hungry during the way. And do we have everything else we need? Cotton we have for healing, yes. Water for drinking. Tent, an important one which I often forget. And the sign. I think we have everything we need, yes. And what about mountains? I wonder if we need to take some alcohol with us, actually. In case we have to. We might... Let's take some alcohol just to be on the safe side. Okay, let's see. Just a couple of meals. Let's take those with us. And I still haven't made the lunchbox, guys. I need to do that. We'll make that during next Saturday's stream at the very latest. Oh, and by the way, guys, do you notice who have been watching the Kingdom streams on Saturdays? Do you see what I did there? I have finally planted all those trees. So, so for a few weeks now, I've been meaning to stream as we do like tree plantation. Not the most exciting content, of course. And then we always changed our minds. First we went on the missions instead of planting these. Then we went to the slayings on Saturday when somebody mentioned them, and I was like, oh, we could do that instead. So yeah, all the trees are nicely organized and planted here. And things are looking a little bit nicer than before. Let's see, what was I gonna do? Grass. Grass is what we need to take with us as well. Do I have any grass? I do have 7 grass, which is just enough. And I think now we should be good to go. And then just plonk this horsey over here. Load creature. Too far away. Load creature. Load cargo. And we shall set sail for Harmony. Now, of course, we should make a plan on... let's have a look at this map now. So we're departing from the west edge of Melody, and we need to get over to this part of Harmony. So it's actually perfect. So we're just gonna cross directly over to Harmony. We don't have to do any zigzagging across the server borders. So, plot course, Harmony. There we go. It's all perfect. Good. Now, as we just enjoy this beautiful view here, I'll catch up with what you guys are saying here. Right, so Drogos, you guys explored my island as well. Nice. And cool to follow the stream now that you know the place better. Yeah, I can imagine. Eggy says Spiel means game in German. Aha. Yeah, like I'm talking about when, North Americans use that. I should probably look up some examples so I know how to use it properly. Hello, Donut. Welcome to the stream. And hello, Crizzle. Welcome on into the stream. And hello, Elminster. You hate mine colds. And Elminster, of course, you've been doing some role playing in Red Dead Redemption. So yeah. Have you been streaming that, Elminster? Because we were talking about it a little bit, and for those of you who are watching my Red Dead Redemption streams, like, what was it, about a year ago that they launched on PC, Red Dead Redemption 2? I mean, I was streaming a hell of a lot of that back then, for many months actually. And several times, if you guys were watching those streams, you might remember that I was saying out loud that I would actually love to do some role-playing in Red Dead, but I was just playing the official servers. Oh my god, the horses are amazing. Yes, Elminster, they sure are. I mean, man, they have really nailed the realism of the horses. Love it, love it. Elminster, have you ever gone on the story mode to tame the white Arabian horse up in the snowy area? That was quite an experience. I just wish you could sort of do that. I wish you could do that on the online side as well. And Knight, you might try to go to your first rift soon. You think it's ready in 2 days. Ooh, nice, nice, nice. Yes, of course, now the rifts have been introduced to the new servers. And we might just have to take part in one of these times on stream. Yeah, the entire game is beautiful, Elminster. So here's my only problem with Red Dead Redemption. So, as I was saying, I played and streamed the heck out of that game for many months, and I never finished the story mode because I just found that I had so much more fun playing on the online side. And here's my problem with Red Dead Redemption 2. The map, like, once you've done stuff there to a certain extent, the map starts to feel like the world starts to feel really, really small. I wish there was more landmass. Like, I think they should, like, when they're doing these, expansions or these new, like, updates, they should be adding more landmass. To be fair, I haven't been following the Red Dead Redemption stuff too, like, closely in these past months. But, so there's a couple of things I would like. Much, much larger landmass. I think it should be at least 4 times as much as it is now, because it really starts to, you start to feel boxed in. Second thing is that what really started to annoy me was the professions, or whatever you call them. I forget the term that they use there, but like oh god, I forget all the names of them, but you know how you can do the booze stuff, moonshining, you can do the, god, I forget all of the ones. You can do the one where you're looking for the rare items, the collector's stuff, and all of those professions, or whatever they're called. But they all sort of felt like it was the game designer creating a hamster wheel, and I was just the hamster. It felt like it was kind of like, like what I mean by that is like a hamster wheel. The little hamster is not actually exploring the world, is not actually getting a meaningful experience from its run. It's just running on this treadmill because that's its instinct to do. And it's like they churn out this content that doesn't feel truly meaningful. It just feels like, okay, players, here's something for you to grind. And I felt manipulated by that. I felt like I'm like a dumbass for doing this. That's how I felt. And I don't know what would fix that, and I'm trying to pinpoint why I felt that way. But yeah, that was the feeling I was left with from those. Let me just see what you're saying here. So you've never played the story or regular servers. You got it when it launched on PC, but that was not running well on launch, right? Yeah, the launch. Oh my gosh, the launch problems were absolutely horrific. It was days before I could actually get in, and they had to do so many patches and fixes. It was absolutely nuts. So you looked into it and you found a different launcher that runs modded servers, and I know that you wanted the RP more, yes, than other things. So with the landmass, like I'm saying, is these RP servers have 32 max players per server at the moment and have about 3 towns as area of play, meaning that where the RPers will hang out, right? But you can go around the world and do missions to make in-game money for guns and stuff, right? So can you explain a little bit more, Elminster, what you mean by this 3 towns as area of play? What's this area of play? So do you just mean that that's like the hotspots for role-playing? Or do you mean that there's like some technical like restrictions for where the voice works or whatever, that the rest of the server is just the normal like Red Dead experience? How do you mean? Maybe I'm misunderstanding there. And hello there, Sailthon, or was it Kaelthon? I forget now. You just joined and thinking this could be any number of games she's talking about. Oh my gosh, yeah. We're talking about Red Dead Redemption 2, Sailthon. And hello there, Open Cage. Welcome on into the stream. Elminster says, exactly, some of these towns are area of play is the hot spot to find other players to roleplay with, right? So, but it's not restricting you from being able to roleplay anywhere in the world, right? Like, I mean, with the voice, as far as like where the voice is activated, does it just work? I mean, you could find somebody, yeah, because I got a little bit confused by that. So you could literally just find somebody out in the desert and start chatting with them and roleplaying with them. Okay. Yeah. So technically, it works exactly like online. The only thing is that there's like a max of 32 players. I think you said 32. Yes, 32 max. And which is around the same amount as, of course, on online as well. There are all these like sub-servers, or like, how would you say, not mirrors, but what's the term I'm looking for? You know, when instances, that's the word I'm looking for. So when you go to play online, there are like a gazillion different instances of the game for the online players, and there's only going to be about 20 to 30 people at a time, because that's the way the game has been designed. You know what, guys? Where the heck are we now? We should be on Harmony. I'm just wondering about the direction my boat was in. Seemed a little bit odd. Let me look here. We're on Harmony, good. And since we need to go, so we have arrived somewhere around here now. And we're gonna go over here. So you know what we'll do, guys? We shall start our adventures. So there's a big mountain over there. This, I'm assuming, is this one here. And actually, Elminster's town is right down there. We've visited there many times. He has a role-playing, he lives in a role-playing town there called the Settlement, and they do dark and dungeony things over there. No cults. So let's start off at this tip over here, and we'll just zigzag along until we find the mountain. Oh, you know what I forgot to take, guys, is the alcohol. Damn it. Oh, well. That's fine. That's fine. I think we'll manage, because this doesn't look like it's too steep. It's not like the pointer is pointing right on the tip of the mountain. I think we can get up to this point without alcohol, to be quite honest. Elminster. Um, yeah, let's go over here. And just sail on over. And start our adventures over there. Let me just scroll back and see what I was missing. And Ayla, you're terrible and a little stage fright with role-playing. You wish to, but it's fun. So you feel kind of shy about doing it, but you enjoy watching it, right? Yeah, I have to say, Ayla, like I totally relate with you because as far as textual role playing, I don't feel too shy about doing that. But voice role playing, oh my gosh, that would definitely give me some stage fright. But if I were to do that with like a group of friends, I think I would feel much more secure. So I'm just slurping my coffee here. Let me just see what else you guys are saying. So Elminster says, in the server, it's all roleplay. You don't want to break character. Yeah, absolutely. So Elm, I'm assuming that you and your posse, they're all. Are you guys trying to do like Southern accent when you're role playing there? And have you? And let me just see whether you answered the question when I was asking if you actually streamed it. Let me see, because I want to see you doing that. I want to watch that for sure. Let me see, where's Elm here? And I think when you said "of course," you were probably responding when I asked if you roleplay. So I mean whether you stream the sessions. So I think that was your response to that. Because I want to see you. I want to see you streaming that. So, you know, guys, it's been a long time since I've done any shoutouts, and the reason for that is simply because, you know, since the Wurm community is so small and we all sort of know each other already, it kind of feels weird to every time like do like an advertisement of, hey, check out this person who is this and this and this. You know what I'm going to do, Elminster? I think from now on, because it feels like probably kind of tedious for everyone to hear the same explanations about these same people every time. So I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start doing it this way. And I know you're not into the whole you're not into the whole, you know, marketing aspect of streaming at all, and you don't care whether I do a shout out for you at all. I think there's some streamers who might care about that, might feel a little bit, you know, maybe a little bit ignored if I don't. I don't know, and I don't mean not to. It's just that it feels like if I like repeat myself over and over again in all the streams, it's repetitive. So you know what I think I'm gonna start doing is, I mean, if this was a larger community, if we would be playing World of Warcraft, where you have like with each stream you'd have like well, not hundreds, but you'd have tens of completely new people who have never been to your stream and don't know the other people, then that'd be different. But in the Wurm community, it is such a small community. We already all know each other. So I think what I'm going to start doing actually, guys, is when a streamer arrives to the chat, I'm just going to do this thing. I'm just going to paste the like Nightbot message there. And then I don't have to go into that like whole like sort of speech unless there's like something special I want to say during that one time, like now actually. So Elminster, I would like to talk about, because Elminster is like just such a random person that I found on Twitch that I probably wouldn't have found otherwise. But it was one of the, I think Elminster, it was one of those moments. Was it one of those moments where I was gonna go and raid? Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it was. I think that's how I found you, is that we wanted to go and raid somebody, and I was just checking through which Wurm players were streaming, and then I saw a name that I hadn't seen before, and that's how it usually goes, at least. That then we came and I thought, okay, I haven't seen this guy's stream before. Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. I remember now. Yes, because I remember saying that there was the little more warning about that this is adult content, or not adult content, but like, what's the phrase? When you have like the that's not the right phrase, but you know what I mean. And then we came raiding over, and and I was like, oh my gosh, what the hell is going on here? And I just found you were so entertaining and so charismatic, and just so much fun. And of course, a lot of swear words going all over the place, which I don't care about, but I do know some people do care about that. So it was kind of hilarious. And I remember we've talked about that. It was kind of hilarious, because my stream tends to be this kind of like really chill and friendly and soft and and sort of vanilla kind of stream, and then we come over to your place and like boom, like just swear words and uh, and uh, and weed and everything all over the place. It was so funny. But yeah, Elminster's stream is definitely one that I love watching so much, and even more, I have that connection with him because we're both role players, and we've talked about that topic many times. So if there's anyone's stream I'd want to watch for role playing, that would be Elminster. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely check out. I'm not sure how I've missed, you see, like streaming Red Dead. To be honest, I have to say that I don't very often check Twitch just to see like what's going on. Like I'm usually like busy doing stuff. But I'll try and keep my eyes peeled. And let me just see what else we have here. Uh, mm, mm, mm. So, Elminster, you were saying that in these Red Dead Redemption role-playing servers, they are modded in the sense of missions and how some things work. Something maybe eventually to try. It would be fun. Yeah, I can imagine it would be fun. I can imagine. So it's not like regular servers, but they have their own little economy. For example, you guys have been mining ores and selling them to a gunsmith, right? And let me see. And don't you worry about that, Elminster. Don't you worry about my questions about Red Dead. I mean, we've got nothing better to do while we're sailing over, right? And Ayla, you're usually impressed with those who do these streams. Not sure if you could talk clearly at all. What holds you back? So Ayla, have you been like kind of interested in doing a stream? I mean, you could always try doing a stream just like anonymously first. Maybe make an account, because you can change your name in Twitch later on. Actually, I think you can the first time you change your username in Twitch, you can do it instantly, and after that I think there's like you have to wait a few months or something like that if you want to change it again. So you could always try like first anonymously, just with a username that nobody knows about, and without a webcam and stuff, and just see how it feels. You might get hooked. And you guys speak in southern accents, Elminster? Oh, that's hilarious. But yeah, for that video, I really, really practiced a southern accent. And if you were to ask me to do it right now, I think I'd be too nervous to do it. Actually, maybe if I go and roleplay on that server that Elminster is playing on, maybe. Well, I'll have to use it there, right? So let me just actually before I catch up with you guys, let's just get so we can start actually moving around. Let me just check here. Did I moor the boat? I think I did, didn't I? I must have moored it. Yes, I did. So is this free land or is this? This is perimeter. Okay, perfect. So we can unload the creature cage. And get the old horse out. And also you could tell that of course I had modified the voice as well. So I for that video I had changed the pitch and also the speed of the speech, I think, a little bit, and sort of done some manipulation as well, just so that each video would have a kind of slightly different voice and stuff. I mean, there's only so much you can do before the voice starts to sound weird. I mean, already in that video, it kind of, you can hear that it's been manipulated, so there's only so far you can like adjust those pitch settings before it starts to sound too unrealistic. Let's see. Okay. We are good to go. So let's just start exploring and I'll catch up with you guys. Maybe we'll go see what's over there. And I need to try and remember, you know, I keep on forgetting actually where the heck I am. So actually, it's kind of good that I'm not sure what this XXX is. And speaking of XXX, we need to mark where we're actually going today. So let me just see here. So right in here is our target for today. But yeah, I meant to say that like the other channel that then had huge success, you can imagine how it's like, damn it, why? What have I done wrong? Why didn't it happen for me? And yeah, like I was saying, obviously one would have to make several videos. I think they had about 10 videos when they started to really take off. So maybe I should just keep on trying. I'm not sure if it's worth it or not. And also my animation also was like mostly black and white, whereas those ones are like super colorful. Maybe I need to color them instead. I don't know. Or maybe it's just like a bad video. Who knows? So, what's this place called? This is Wolfsdorf. Okay. Looks like they're just sort of getting started here with... Oh, it's a bigger place, actually. Okay. But yeah, I need to catch up with you guys. I'm so late with the chat, guys. I'm so sorry. So actually what we'll do is... I think I'll just look at this view here for a moment, and I'll catch up with you guys for a moment here. Hello, Wormaholic. Welcome to the stream. And you're role-playing a Southerner also, Oladister Prospector. Oh, nice. Oh, I see, Ayla. So you're not like, in general, streaming wouldn't be suitable for you because you're just not like that talker type of person anyhow, right? Mister, stop shouting me out. It's not worth it. I'm a bad streamer. No, you're not, Almister. You're super entertaining. Hello, River Duck. Welcome to the stream. Mature audience, yes, that's the one I was looking for, guys. The right phrase. I'm sorry. My brain is kind of frazzled today. You guys might notice that. Venerable viewers, Crizzle says. Yeah, Wormaholic. Elminster stories are the bestest stories. They're so fascinating. Oh, you know what? Music. I thought something was missing here. There we go. Oh, Ayla, you at one point you were considering doing speed builds with The Sims. Well, that would be something. I'm sure those are quite popular. Hello, Viking. Welcome to the stream. Oh, you have a clip for me, Elminster. Okay, let's have a look at this. Okay, hold on. Let me put the Spotify on pause for a moment. Okay, we gotta check this out. Elminster's southern accent, I'm guessing. Do we have the volume up? Let's just put that up a bit.
I don't know.
Well,
Oh, hold on. I have like
I really tried, but
I had it speeded up. No wonder my own video was like sounded so weird because I had it on 2 times speed. Good grief. Okay.
it turned into something erotic.
What? Let's watch this again.
I ain't hearing no gunshots or nothing either, so I'm... Damn, what you doing, Getty?
I don't know.
Bro, he dead. I'm not trying to force him to suck your dick or nothing.
Well,
Respectfully throw his body into the grass, please.
I really tried, but it turned into something erotic.
That's great. And your friend's like speech, he sounded like a real cowboy actually. He did a really good job. Oh, that was hilarious. Yeah, that's true, Elminster. I like it too. It's you're saying it's good to not be amazing because it gives some character, right? It does. Yeah, and you were actually saying yourself, it adds character. Yeah, absolutely, I agree. Yeah. Oh my god. Donut, sue them! Hello, Taiki. Welcome to the stream. And now we're going to take into practice this thing that I just said a moment ago. We're going to put it into practice, guys. I'm just going to slip it in so nobody notices. There you go. Hello, Mr. Laggy. Welcome to the stream. Yes, Mr. Laggy, that was me. Yes, it was. River Dog. Story time with cats. So where are we off to today, Taiki? We are here on the server of Harmony. I forget now. Are you also in Harmony? God, I think I keep asking and then I keep forgetting. And Mr. Laggy, cats, we're so in sync. You're doing what I'm trying to do. Yeah, exactly, Mr. Laggy. We've talked about this so many times. I mean, both Mr. Laggy and I were trying to make it as content creators, you know, on YouTube and Twitch, and sort of have it as our job. But we're both kind of failing, and trying different things. And of course, well, I have to say, of course, when I say failing, I mean, if we think about it, of course, let me just say this, that I'm super, super thankful that things are going quite nicely with the Twitch channel. I mean, my Twitch channel is nothing huge, of course, but in the context of Wurm, it's doing pretty nicely, I guess, because we have a very small community, so there's only so many Wurmians out there to watch like Wurm streams. But the YouTube channel, I mean, guys, that YouTube channel with the games that I have, I've had that since 2006. And it's, you know, it's slowly creeping up there. It's now up to 3,000 subscribers, but it's slowly creeping up there. It's never become anything big. Not that I've really, to be honest, I haven't really provided the best content there anyhow, so that's understandable. But yeah, I was surprised that the animated one didn't really get any more views, because some of those animated story videos, they're like millions of views, millions. And let me see. So that took me 4 months to make, Mr. Laggy, but again, part of like a huge amount of the process was actually setting up everything, you know, to get it going. So if I were to make the next video using that same system, it would take me maybe about a week. And hello there, Cinder. Welcome to the stream. And you were saying my animation was better it's more of a quantity issue. While the animation itself is using like, it's sort of like puppet animation, so the animations aren't like hand drawn each of them. Instead, it's like I draw a hand, I draw a head, I draw a body, and then I rotate them like on the axis of the joint kind of thing. So it's kind of like a puppet animation. So my animations aren't like the best, but the whole idea there is to tell an engaging story. And Ayla, you get frazzled all the time. Ask Donut. Yeah. So Ayla, the reason I actually get frazzled is because I'm not sure how many of you guys know about hypothyroidism, but if your thyroid has become damaged during your life or isn't working properly, it affects a lot of things. For instance, you might have like a foggy mind sometimes, where you're like struggling to find a word, or you're forgetting something, or you're kind of slow-mo, like intellectually kind of. So sometimes you might guys might see that I'm kind of struggling to find a word, or struggling to express a thought that I have in my brain, and I think it's probably because of my hypothyroidism. I do get medication for it, but it doesn't work 100%. So I have good days and I have bad days. Like some of my days, like I'm super sharp and I'm like on top of things, and other days not so much. So I blame that. And hello, Sergeant Scully. Hello, how are you? Viking says Taiki Vetre, my favorite drunk person. Oh yes, Taiki, you had bought some alcohol from Viking, hadn't you? Let's see. Failing together, yes, Mr. Laggy. Yes, that's so. It's been very like comforting for us to talk about those issues and stuff. Hello, Destro. Welcome to the stream. And hello, Bill. I'm doing great, thanks. Welcome on in. Good to see you, and you're doing good. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. 1 week isn't too bad, yeah, but still, it felt like, is it worth even doing these? And yeah, I remember, Mr. Lucky, you had like a thyroid issue as well, didn't you? Was it did you have the hyperthyroidism where your thyroid is overworking? Because mine is underworking. I can't remember now. We did talk about it on your stream one time. Yours was hyper, yeah. I thought so, yeah. I would much prefer the hyper over the hypo, because one of the results of having hypothyroidism, where your thyroid isn't working, is it affects your whatchamacallit, your you know how quickly your metabolism, that's the word. Thargoid, says Viking. It affects your metabolism, and if your metabolism is not working, that means you put on the pounds. Now, if you have hyperthyroidism where it's overworking, then it's going to make you too skinny as well. I'd much rather have it that way around, to be honest. I would have preferred it that way around. Thank you very much. Because like after I got hypothyroidism, like I gained tons of weight in a very, very short time. Then the doctor told me that, hey, start taking this medication and it'll all come off, and it never did. So I've felt so like so bitter about that somehow, that it just like, you know, life was normal and then boom, everything changed due to this bloody thing. I'm not even sure what caused it. Like there could be two things. So sometimes you get hypothyroidism. Like so women during pregnancy, their thyroids go into a certain mode due to the pregnancy, which is like normal. But sometimes after the pregnancy is over and the child has been born, usually the thyroid is supposed to go back to normal in about a year. But sometimes there is a fault where it actually stays in the mode that it was in during pregnancy, and then it results in like hypothyroidism that just stays forever for the rest of your life. Like it gets damaged like permanently. Another option is that soybeans are not good for thyroids, and we stopped using milk or dairy products about just under, no, hold on. Yeah, just about 22 years ago, something like that. We started using the soy, and we also stopped red meat. So we were using the soy, fake meat. We were using soy, milk and cream and ice cream and yogurts and stuff like that. So we suddenly had a lot of soy in our lives. And so I'm thinking that it could either be the pregnancy thing, because it started after my second pregnancy, or it could be because we started using lots of soy, or maybe both of the effects together. Yeah, soybeans are not good for thyroids. Yeah. So, and I guess we were just like consuming way too much because we had replaced so many products with like soy products. And let me just see here. And so, Mr. Laggy, you were saying that even though your doctor says you're balanced, you don't feel balanced. Yes. So that's the thing, Mr. Laggy, is that the blood tests are saying that our numbers are good. It's the same for me. The numbers look good, but I don't feel like I used to feel. Like I don't feel the same way as I don't feel like the norm that I had before that. So I think you're having the same thing as well. And at 6'3" feet, you couldn't get over 150 pounds. So yeah, well, yeah, I guess for men, I guess for men that having the hyperthyroidism is worse. I mean, I guess for ladies, we would just love it to have it the other way around, right? I'm not sure. Damn those thyroids, says Alminster. Yes, absolutely. Yes. So Viking was referring to Elite Dangerous there. There's like monsters called Thargoids there. And Mr. Luggy says, yes, they told me if you removed it, all your problems would go away. Your hair would come back and stuff. Oh, really? Did it affect like hair loss as well? I know the thyroidism or the thyroid issues can affect the brittleness of the hair. And for sure, my hair is more brittle than it used to be. Also nails and stuff like that. And almost none of it changed besides you've grown a nice gut. So, Mr. Laggy, was your thyroid completely removed then? And then you're just getting like medication in its place? My thyroid was never removed. And Soda Bubblies, your mother also had a hypothyroidism, and she's been taking medication for about 20-something years. If there's one thing you've learned, it's up to the person to put the effort into getting the weight off. It won't magically happen, sadly. Yeah. I mean, I think I can speak for most people who are overweight that they've tried like a million things and nothing seems to work. And it's especially hard with if you have hypothyroidism as well. Hello, D. Jensen. Welcome to the stream. Oh, no, Mr. Laggy. You didn't know that? You were drinking soy milk at the time? You think? Oh, my gosh. Do you think possibly it might be related? Yeah, look into that, Mr. Laggy. If you Google like thyroid issues and soy, you will find a lot of information about how. Also, I believe it's if I remember correctly, people with thyroid issues should also be staying away from things like broccoli and cauliflower and stuff like that, if I remember correctly. And Wormaholic, your wife got diabetes after the firstborn. Yeah, like the pregnancy messes things up, guys. It does. Good evening, Joda. Welcome to the stream. And Viking was saying, but maybe the norm wasn't the real norm. Well, I would think it was the norm because everything was fine, and I was super healthy and everything was pretty balanced. before I got it, and then just everything went to shit after that. Oh, Mr. Laggy, so you were a skeleton, but now you're a skeleton with a bowling ball in your shirt. Aw. Well, a little pot belly can always be a very endearing thing as well. And it's kind of a funny thing, guys. Like, how we're all sort of striving to be, we see the social media, we see, all these beautiful people, perfect bodies, perfect faces, and then we're thinking to ourselves, oh, I wish I looked like that. I wish I had a body like that. And then at the end of the day, when you're, at the end of the day, think of the scenario. Like, let's say you suddenly, let's say you were in the dating world and you met somebody who was perfect. They had the perfect body. They had the perfect face. Would you really want to be with that person, though? Of course, the personality is the main thing. But what I mean is that, okay, how would I say this? Okay, let's say that there's two people, okay? And they have identical personalities. They have great personalities, both of them. They have identical personalities. One person looks perfect, has the perfect body. The other one has some flaws. I would go for the person with the flaws 100%. 100%. I could never imagine dating somebody who looked perfect. It would just feel too weird. It wouldn't feel, I don't know, it just wouldn't feel right. So it's funny how we strive for that, and then at the end of the day, what makes us feel much more comfortable is to be with somebody who feels a little bit more human and a little bit more relatable and has those imperfections. So what's this place? We've gone into all kinds of deep subjects, and we've only gotten started, guys. What is on about today? So the village of Last Oasis. So they got a little deed here in the middle of the sand. So they've literally made a little oasis here in the middle of the desert. Let me just move all this shit around here. Oh, that's interesting. That's cool, guys. So you might be saying, Cats, what the hell do you mean? What is so cool? So this is what's cool. Using the unfinished obelisks as decorational items like these pillars. That is a freaking cool idea, guys. That is so cool. How come I haven't thought of that? Oh my gosh, I love it. We're going to take a screenshot of this. What a great idea. What a great idea. I'm so going to play around with that. So obelisks, you might be wondering, how can you make an obelisk? So you have to wait for there to be like a mission for the obelisk making. Then you go to the location where it'll usually say like where that location is roughly. You go and find that location where you can start an obelisk and just like start the obelisk. And if you just merely start it, you can still carry the unfinished obelisk in your inventory. And you can make a whole gazillion of them. And then you can later on finish it over your own deed, as long as it's not on, I think, or could it be on the deed property? I forget. But I really love that idea of using it as a decorational item. Although there's one problem, which is that the view distance, you see, we can't see it now. The view distance seems to be rather short. You can see the pillars, you can see the tree, but you see how see, it's pretty short actually. Pretty short. Yeah, that's one downside, but maybe for like, you could use that like inside a building, if you want to furnish your inner building, maybe create like I don't know, like a secret room or something, I don't know. That is a cool idea though. I have not seen that used ever. Exactly, Soda Bubblies. Yes. So the same for you. You would feel even more self-conscious than you already do. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Mr. Laggy. Yeah, same here. Yeah. And that's true, Tuxie. That is true that perfect is very subjective, isn't it? What one person sees as perfect. Yeah, I'm just generalizing of what we, as human beings sort of deem as just in a very general sense. And yeah, that there is no one ideal. That's absolutely true. That's very true. Hello, Comrade Quash. Very welcome on into the stream. You're full of flaws. Yeah, that I can definitely say the same. And you can make those even outside of emissions, says Du Jensen. Oh, I see. Okay, what about, was it the pylon I'm remembering, Du Jensen? Maybe it was the pylon. And let me just see. Oh, let me scroll back here. I missed some stuff here. So Mr. Laggy says, yes, they thought it could have issues with cancer, so they swiped it from you, the whole thyroid. Now you're 100% dependent on the pills, right? So Mr. Laggy, have you looked into like when I've been reading about the thyroid stuff, some people swear by the other thyroid, I'm guessing you're using the synthetic thyroid medication, right? Because that's what I'm using. But then some people swear by the one that is done from which is made from pigs. I'm not sure what part of the pig, to be honest, but it's called Armour or something like that. And it's much, much more expensive, though. We are not even able to get it except in a sort of special case here in Finland. So all I can get is the synthetic stuff. But apparently in the States, some people are saying that works much, much better for them. But I haven't really looked much into it. I don't know how much you've looked into those different medications, but they say that finally actually worked for them. I'm not sure. And Viking says hypothyroidism is characterized by a deficient secretion of thyroid hormones. The most common cause is iodine deficiency. Yeah, so you need to use salt that has iodine in it, and I think most of the table salts that they sell over here actually do have it in it by default. I always make sure to see that that the salt that we buy has that. You don't have a six-pack, you have a keg, says Viking. Let me see what else we have here. And Donut Kebab asks, wasn't that changed? At least the spirit gates. Ooh, are the spirit gates craftable everywhere without missions? Really? I've always wanted to make a spirit gate. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's just have a look here. Let's have a little look-see here. Spirit gates, outdoor decorating, structures. Oh, here we go. Hold on. I'm sure I had it here somewhere. Am I just blind? Oh, let's put the glasses on. Can't see a bloody thing. Let's see. I don't understand. Oh, I know where I put it. I put it under buildings. Mission structures. Here we go. Okay, here. So shrine. So can you build the shrines as well? So there's the obelisk, and it's so what we saw was, if I just zoom in here, so what we saw just now was just this part of the obelisk. Then there's the pylon, which is a really huge, grand structure. It takes forever to build. Spirit gate. I would love to build a spirit gate. But they take forever. For instance, we look at the pylon. Look at this, guys. 2,000 clay. 1,000 stone bricks, 1,000 brass lumps, 150 stone slabs. It takes forever. I've made one of these on my island on just all on my own. I guess with a group effort, it shouldn't be too bad. But if you make it on your own, oh my god, be prepared to work on that thing for months. But yeah, that's cool if we can just make them any old time. I wasn't aware of that. And Cinder, you're saying, otherwise your thyroid swells up to a massive size and turns into a goiter. Those are a trip. Look it up if you haven't seen a goiter. Oh, I haven't looked into those at all. So sounds like Cinder might have... So Cinder, are you speaking from your own experience, or do you just know about this stuff? So Mr. Laggy, you just Googled, they contain a mixture of thyroxine, T4 and T3 desiccated. Thyroid has been used since the late 1800s. It's usually made from pigs, sheep or cows. It's available as a generic medication. Yeah, over there in the States, we don't have it over here though, unless you can special order it and you have to get a special permission and reason for it to do that through a doctor, I believe, but it costs a fortune. Taiki, you don't have thyroidism, but it sounds a lot like doctors are just putting people on a flat grade they think should be at, and not what they probably naturally were before, which they wouldn't really know, and why you would often feel off from what you were at. Yeah. Oh, Dujans and Spirit Gates are just mailboxes. But isn't it a spirit house? The mailboxes aren't called gates, though, are they? Aren't they spirit houses? Let me see. Spirit cottage. This is the mailbox. And then spirit gate is this one, yes. Medical background, Cinder, right. Yeah, and the spirit castles as well. Open cage, that's right. There was all kinds. Okay, what else do we have here? Look at all this peat. I mean, does this person understand? The person who deeded this deed probably was a new player and had absolutely no idea what they were in for when they made a deed here. Or is this an actual deed? Oh, it looks like there's an update. I will attend to that later on. Update for the graphics card driver. This is the village of Spider Shore. So, are they aware what kind of problem this peat is? I don't think so. They probably just looked at these black tiles and they were like, "Oh, that's cool. There's all these black tiles. That looks so unique. I'm gonna deed here." But those of you who have watched my streams for a longer time, you guys know that for me, peat tiles are the bane of my worm existence. These things, to get rid of these tiles, you literally can't do anything with these tiles except dig peat. And maybe the person looked at all this peat and they were like, "Man, look at all that peat that I can dig up." All you need to dig peat is just one tile, and you can forever dig from it. So it will not go down. It's like tar. It never goes down, and you can't get rid of the tile unless you transmutate it. And probably, I'm just guessing that the new player saw this spot. They were like, "Oh my gosh, it's like a treasure trove of peat. I'll never be out of fuel again in my entire life." And they probably hungrily looked at all these tiles and were like, "Man, I hit the jackpot." But the problem is that this stuff, you can't make crops on it. You can't put your horses. Well, you couldn't. I don't know if you can even build fences on a peat tile, to be honest. You can't build on it. You can't terraform these. You can't adjust the the height of this ground unless you transmutate the... And to transmutate these tiles, you have to make this transmutation liquid. I forget the... Was it cherry juice and clay, perhaps? I forget now. But it is like a painstaking process to get rid of those tiles. I'm pretty sure that this person, whoever came here, I'm just making a wild guess as what they might have thought when they saw this. One of these days, this person is gonna realize they're probably gonna move away from this spot. Of course, you know, one thing is that, to be honest, I mean, I'm thinking, like, if I'm thinking about the positive side to this, is that at least nobody is going to be building or making a deed very close on this side of things, because this is kind of a nice little buffer to keep people, you know, at an arm's length. So I guess that's one good side there. So Viking, the kind of fuel that peat is equivalent to using wood for when you want to fuel your forge. I don't believe you can use tar to fuel your forge. It's tar is used for things like fueling your lamps and stuff like that. I could be wrong though. And Reba says that those giant peat spots are everywhere on the new servers. Really? Oh, right. So, Taiki, when you were saying bridges, what was that? What were you referring to there? I think I kind of missed that spot. And Viking, you use tar with your still? Really? Ah. Can you use tar to fuel forges? Because if you can... I'm going to have to check this now. Well, look at that. Fuel for forges, stone ovens, campfires, lanterns, lamps, and carved pumpkins. I stand corrected, guys. I thought it was just for the lamps and like things like the bee smokers and stuff like that. You can use tar for your forges? What? Mind blown. Mind blown. Okay, so what can you do what can you do with peat other than use it for fuel? When used as fuel, yeah, it's just like a fuel. Only known use is to burn it in fires. Okay. Yeah. So this seems to be decaying, this place. Yeah, somebody's little house here is decaying, sadly. Decaying away. Do they have anything interesting in the BSB that we can loot? Nope, not really. Oh, I see, Taiki. So you can build bridges over them, right? And someone's building a road over a peat area. Ah, I see. But you can't pave peat, though, can you, Taiki? I don't think so. So is somebody like making a bridge over the peat for the road that they're making? So what's this place called? Let's have a look here. You enter the Grand Sheep Conspiracy and Wolf Co. Yeah, Reba, yeah. It annoys me as well that you can't do anything else with it. It'd be nice if you could do for Pete's sake, says Spike. Right, Taiki. So they're making an actual bridge to go over the peat and continue the road. They're determined. Okay, oh, that's cool though. You know, guys, I really love this kind of... I've seen a lot of houses using this system with the arched, like, sides of the building, and I'm not sure... I've said this before, but I'm not sure why I haven't really thought of doing that very much. I really like the look of it, though. Let's see what qualities their horses have. That one doesn't have any traits whatsoever. That one also doesn't have any traits. That one doesn't either. I guess they don't have animal husbandry very high. Let's have a little peek into their mine. Put up a whole bunch of support beams. Oh, this is a rather... Oh, they got sandstone. Lucky. So Reba, yeah, you can transmutate them with transmutation liquid. And to make transmutation liquid and to use it, I think it's using the alchemy skill, yes. And natural substances, or something like that. But yeah, yes, you can change them. It's just a painstaking process. So Reba, over on the Xanadu server where I have my island, I have been trying to get rid of peat tiles there for years. It's been a long, painstaking process, and I didn't have that many tiles that we saw just there, like much fewer, and even then it's been like a real hassle to get rid of them. Thank God that they don't spread. That would be even worse if they actually spread, because some tile types do spread around. Like for instance the whatchamacallit, the green one, not the moss, but the other one. I always forget the name of it. And Donut says you need 4 tar to get the max fuel for a forge, or just 1 peat. Peat is more efficient in digging time at least. So you just need 1 peat to fuel a forge, really? That's pretty handy. So yeah, like Taiki, you were saying, it would take so much, wouldn't it? I wonder what the quality of these logs is. And there's a rare log, but it's just 1 quality. Yeah, these aren't... I can do better logs than those these days. I've gotten my wood cutting skills up so that I can... I think my log quality is around 40 now. So that's at least something, but I need to definitely get my wood cutting skills up even higher. I wonder where we are. We've just been sort of wandering around aimlessly until now. And I have no idea. Somehow, isn't that like, I don't know, am I completely silly here, guys? Or is there something kind of magical? Is there something kind of magical about seeing that seal over there with the sun beam coming down between the trees? It's sort of like it's basking in the sun and sunbathing in this little opening. Is there any, there's even like flowers here. Am I crazy, guys, or is this somehow like magical? Well, now of course we can't see him so well. I don't know. This cat's just being silly. Well, we'll just let him sunbathe there. Holy forest seal. Yes, done it. Marsh, that's the one I was thinking of. Thank you, Tuxie. Yes. Yes, that's the one. Let me see what else we have here. Viking says if you cut a tree with a sword, that gives you sword skill and not wood cutting skill. You get both skills if you do it with a sword. You do get wood cutting skills. However, the only downside to doing it, Viking, from what I've understood, is then the quality of the logs is going to be low. So if you want high quality logs, you have to make sure that the final chop is going to be with your hatchet, from what I've heard at least. This is a pretty spot. You know, hear this music, guys. This is from the night elf, or not the night elf, the blood elf area in WoW, right? And you know that starting area for the blood elves? And there's this one, okay, I have to find the spot here on the map holder. Blood elf starting area, starting zone. So those of you who've played World of Warcraft, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. So here's the... No, that's not the one. Here. Silver Moon. So you know how you start here on... Oh, that's the one. Sunstrider Isle. Yes. So there's this area... Or am I confusing it with something else? I'm trying to think here. Oh, God. This reminds me... Hold on now. Hold on now. Am I thinking about this place? Yes, this is the place. Dusk Wither Spire. This is the place. So this place right here, if Dusk Wither Spire, can we find an image of Dusk Wither Spire? Here, that's not a good view. I need a view where you can actually see the mountains and stuff. But somehow when that music was playing, I don't know why I was somehow reminded of that area from here, because you sort of come down from like a mountain into this sort of bay area, and I don't know, somehow the willow tree there and everything. And there was these little things that you went out into the, yeah, these things. I don't know. Cats, you're being nutty today. That's all I can say. But yeah, it's a beautiful spot, guys. I mean, my gosh, what a great place for a deed. And it does look like there's a deed up here. Let's see who lives up here. Or was that the Undercity one, Tuxie? Maybe I'm confusing it with the other Blood Elf one. Yeah, that's the Undercity one. You're right. You're right. That's when you go and do the you go and do the mission or the quest with what's her face, and she does that whole song there down below. That's right. I'm thinking of the other Blood Elf song. That you can hear playing, that's kind of similar, that's playing in that starting area for the Blood Elves, yeah. But this is a really nice little spot, and is this an actual deed? That's the one, right? Yeah, Tuxie, yes. This is within the village of Hammerhold. And the song that I was thinking of, let's just play that actually. Let's see here. Album? World of Warcraft. So that was the Cinderay. Would it be Teldris? Is it? No, Lament of the Highborn. That was that one. Was this one? No, that's the Night Elf. Song of a Loon? Oh, it's definitely this one, yeah. This is the song that plays in the Blood Elf starting area, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know why I'm reminded somehow of that area here for some reason. I wonder if anyone's tried to... Well, there's not really a way you could really recreate a World of Warcraft area so much in Wurm, could you? Just because the buildings in World of Warcraft are so organic looking, the shape of them, the angle of them, and everything in Wurm is so like square. The tiles are square, the buildings are square, so you wouldn't really be able to recreate the magical look of World of Warcraft so well. Yeah. Ultima Online works perfectly because Ultima Online works in a similar fashion as Wurm in that regard, but not World of Warcraft. Oh, cherries are in season, guys. Yeah, the style is so different, yeah. And not to mention that World of Warcraft, the graphical style is so colorful and full of like particle effects and all that good stuff that doing a Wurm version would be so bland and washed down and boring in comparison. Well, not boring is not the right word. It would just not, it wouldn't do the World of Warcraft look justice, you know? So here's some kind of mountain. And let me just check the map here and see if we can figure out. I'm guessing this must be this mountain now. It's definitely on the edge, and I'm guessing that that little spot that we were admiring must be that one right there. And our goal today is to get to this mountain, so we should not actually try climbing this, especially since I don't have any alcohol, so we're just going to continue on our way down here. Yeah, Tuxie, yeah, the trees are so different. It would be hard, Taiki, yeah. You spent all day getting cherries yesterday. Nice. So, Taiki, are you planning to make anything special from the cherries, or just to gather cherries for just for the heck of it, like for future use? Are you trying to make cherry juice for something, or? I wonder if Wurm has a cherry pie recipe. I've never tried making a cherry pie. And you're back, Ayla? Welcome on back. Oh, Taiki says there's a lot of nasties on that mountain. You hunt there a lot. Oh, just for storage for now? Right, yeah. It's always good to have a good storage of cherries because they are definitely needed for a few things. Look at all the cherry trees here. Man. I don't know if this was the song, guys. This kind of more sinister part of the song. I don't remember this being... Is this part of that blood elf? Ooh, there is a hellhound. I wonder if we could take it down. And why are we in... Oh, because we wanted to get the view of the seal. Let's just see if we can... What's our stamina like right now? Let's see if we can take down this beastie here. And how's our... Yeah, our game audio is working just fine. Let me just make sure that the volume levels aren't like too high. They're pretty good. They should be good. Okay, let's see how we manage against this hellhound. So Viking says you can only do berry pies, right? Yeah, so yeah, like a generic, using any type of berry, right? So I'm definitely gonna have to do some healing in the very least. Not sure if it's worth my time. I think it's not worth my time taking this guy down. Gonna just go off and heal. Let's make sure we're going... Oh, look at the cherry trees, guys. Look at them all. It's like a... Wow. This is cherry heaven over here. Look at them. We are marking this on the map. My god. If I ever need cherry trees... Let's put a red dot here. Cherry tree heaven. Cherry tree heaven right there. My god, look at them all. Let's do some healing. Oh, looks like we had a spammer. I didn't even notice. Let's make sure and ban, 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 ban. Okie dokie. And Reba, you still have to find out how to turn cherries into alcohol yourself. All you've managed to make is cherryade, but you're resisting the urge to look it up. Well, we have a grandmaster alcohol chef in the house, so if you have any questions, you can just point those to Viking right there. Oh, we should, you know what we should do, guys? We're lost in the forest. I literally have no idea what direction to go in, so let's just wait for this to settle down. I should have checked a moment ago. Okay, Viking, so I'll say pheasant. If you prefer, I'll say pheasant. Ooh, is he after me again? Oh, that's just a normal wolf. Okay. Well, I can't be bothered. We've done so much like fighting lately on these streams, so I can't be bothered. I sort of burned myself out on fighting in Wurm during the Halloween event. And I never got anything, even though I went for days trying. We've already vented about that, of course, so I'm not going to vent about it anymore, but we have, I can say that there have been discussions in amongst the devs about the whole Halloween event, about how that went down, so I believe there's going to be some improvements to how that works in the future, possibly, so I definitely wasn't the only one that was having issues with that. Now, let's see. Where are we gonna go? We need... I forgot to check the direction once again. Southwest. Which is actually the perfect direction. That's exactly where we want to go, is southwest. This seems to be a... Oh, look at the... This is a long road. My goodness. Why is this horse going so slow? Come on. And Reba, you've succeeded in making mead and moonshine, though. Excellent. Well, that's better than what I've done, because I have not even tried making any alcohol yet. That is one long road. Lots of work to do something like this. Oh, pheasant time. I will not pass up the chance to kill a little pheasant for its meat. Not to mention how cute it is when you're slaughtering it. The little sound effect that you get is hilarious somehow to me. You think you can take me down, little pheasant? No way. Doesn't matter if you're flittering and flapping around. You're going down, I'm afraid. You're going to become some pheasant stew. Oh, God. You know what, guys? Now I understand what's wrong. I forgot to tame my horse and put the saddle on it. No wonder. Oh, my gosh. Okay, let's take care of that. First thing, I completely forgot to put the saddle and everything on. No wonder it was going so slow. Because we were just chatting and chatting away when we hit land, and then I just completely forgot to take care of this. So let's do that first thing. Let's tame the horse. Du Jensen has been making some alcohol as well. And that is now tame. So let's have a look here. This should make a difference. Putting some horseshoes on for added speed. And oh, what happened? Where'd they go? And the saddle. There. That should be better. And now let's untame. Manage. Untame. There. Good. Okay. And also let's re-equip the sickles as well. Just in case we run into some nasties. There, perfect. Okie dokie. And off we go, continuing. What the heck is that? Is that a pelt? It's brown bear foot fur. Now we have to make sure, I mean, even though there's this beautiful straight road, it's very tempting to just like run along the road. However, that's not going to really serve our purpose if we want to find this area, right? So what we should do is actually, look, here's this mountain here. We should keep our eyes focused on the mountain. And once we see that the mountain kind of ends, we should start heading making quite a sharp turn south. So if we can just get around all of these trees, maybe get up on a little bit of a higher bit of ground, so we can see where that mountain ends. It's kind of hard to see right now, though. Just turn off the UI. So Reba, how did I find... No, this is one of my bred horses. This is actually one of my 4-speed horses. So I brought it over with me on a ship. So this road goes up here. Let me just see what's at the end of the road. Yeah, I brought it over in a creature cage, but I just forgot to tame it and then put the saddle on it once we arrived, since it's not branded to this server. Yeah. And I do have one 5-speed, but it's a mare and she's pregnant, so I don't want to risk losing her foal if she happens to give birth, like during like a trip like this. So we can see now that we came into this clearing that the mountain still continues, and we want to get to the end of the mountain over there before we start turning south. But let's just, since we're here, oh, somebody has to take care of their crops. These are all wilting and rotting away. So what's this place called? This is Blackwoods. That's a pretty fitting name for a deed that's at the root of or like at the base of a mountain like that. And there is a pig up there, man. Guys, I will not pass down the opportunity to kill a pig so I can get its meat for making bacon with. So let me just see if I'm able to climb up there. And is this deeded land still? Nope, it is not. So let's see if we can make it up here. I think we can make it high enough to be able to take this pig down. Hello, Napsor. Yeah, we're on Harmony. Yeah, well, actually, Napsor, the previous weeks have been on Cadence. So Harmony, we haven't. It's been a while since we've been on Harmony, actually. There we go. How are you doing tonight, Napsor? Oh, that's so true, Du Jensen. That's right. That's another. I forgot about that. Yeah, you cannot put pregnant animals in a creature cage. I guess Du Jensen, it kind of sees it as. I wonder what the technical the reason is for that. Is it because you would be kind of like cheating the system by bringing two animals in one cage in a way because the creature would be pregnant? Or I wonder what the reason is. Or is it just like a technical reason that it is hard to implement or what? Also, we're going to have to keep an eye on the time. So I promised my son that we would wrap up the stream at around 10 o'clock tonight. Right now it's 8:25 finish time, so I still have an hour and a half to spend with you guys. There. Well, we're actually just going to take the meat with us, to be quite honest. Can leave the other stuff behind. And I guess we can bury it. Oh, dude, Jensen, I didn't notice. You were saying that a large wooden sign, the KatsPurr Malena was here, has been firmly secured to the ground by Malena. You can barely make out the signature of its maker. 44 quality, damage 11. So whereabouts did you find that, dude, Jensen? And Napster says, I am welcome to come and visit the Eastern Island again. Your mind looks much more proper these days. Have had a lot of things fixed. Now you can actually focus on the smithing. It feels good. That's awesome, Napster. Yeah, next time we have a Wurm Roulette that comes around that area, we shall definitely come in. Let me just make sure. Do we have you on the map? Let's see. I'm imagining we should, but let's double check here. So whereabouts did you live? How come all my annotations are gone again? So whereabouts were you, Napsor? No, you're over here. You are. With Limewood, right? There you are. That's right. I remember. We went to see. Wasn't it so that you had a little mine there? We went to admire your mine. I remember now. And then Limewood had the beautiful little harbor there. And then he had the recipe that he had discovered on his own. I remember that stream. Yeah. Oh, you live close by, right? So you don't live with Limewood, right? Yes, I thought so. That's right. That's right. So, Du Jensen says that the sign is at Delhi just south of Green Dog and repaired now. Aww. Aww, that's sweet, Du Jensen. Keeping the signs going. Soon the entire world is going to be cluttered with these with these signs. Oh my god. I hope they haven't been like an annoyance to anyone. Oh my gosh, we're lost in the forest, guys. I have absolutely no idea what direction we're going, but we're trying to. We should start going southwest, actually. Let's just check here. I really need to. I need to purchase a better like compass because this one sucks. This is just the newbie one. South. We should probably go southwest instead. Yeah. And so, Napsor, you actually have a deed of your own now as well, but you haven't requested it to be added to the online map or something like that, right? Yeah, I actually haven't made the request for, I need to make the request for the Shimmering Sands Citadel for Melody. I have forgotten to do that, because now that we have a proper name for the deed, I should absolutely do that, shouldn't I? I guess I can just do it by responding to the forum post on the in the community post. Okay, we found the road again. So we just need to find a spot for where I guess we can start heading through. Start heading this way. Let's just check this map again. Actually, you know what? Let's just look at this. So, I'm assuming that this road is going somewhere along here right now. What we need to find is this big sandy area, actually. And I'm seeing some sand already now. I'm seeing some rock as well. Is this just like the beginnings? Let's just continue along the road for a bit here. I guess we'll be able to... Okay, we're now going up higher. Is it up higher on this bit? I'm assuming it must be. Okay, now we can see some of the landscape over there. But it looks like there's lots and lots of free land here on Harmony still. Certainly... Oh, it's a mature greenish wildcat. That one I cannot pass up. We'll take this little buddy down. And see how that goes. No, that wasn't too bad. Now, here's the big thing. Do we get a nice pelt or not? Oh, not your shovel, cats. No, 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 no. Don't do it. There. Butchering knife. Uh, 37 quality. Oh, we're just going to grab the meat, I think. And actually we can just put the meat, since it weighs quite a bit, over there into the... Oh yeah, because it's not tamed. So of course we cannot actually open the saddlebags. Or we can open them, we just can't put stuff inside. Okay, good. And they've done a really nice job with this road, with the lamps and everything. It's not so often you see actually like lamps placed, but it really makes it so much more pleasant to traverse this. Nice little guard tower in case newbies are running for their life. Always good to have a few of those along the roads. Okay, now we're getting a view here of where the heck we are. Except those trees are a little bit in the way. Okay, there is a mountain. Now, could that be the mountain that we're supposed to get around? This one right here. Just look here. This mountain is probably this one, so we have to go around it. Yeah, that looks about right. So we have to start going in this direction over here, I think. Here is a good view. Yeah, that's gotta be that mountain. Here's a whole bunch of lime. No, these are lemon trees. I am actually going to need lots and lots of lemons, guys, to transmutate the clay tiles. So, ooh, a hellhound. So I might just mark this on the map as well. So we have the red dot for cherry trees over here. Let's just mark, I guess we would be somewhere over here. Let's mark a yellow one for lemon trees. Because when those come into season, I might have to just go picking them like crazy. And Sergeant Scully, watching me makes you want to fake an illness at work and run home to play Wurm. Aw. Yeah, Wurm is definitely one of those games that you find yourself often fantasizing about. Man, I want to go play some Wurm and I want to continue work on my projects and do this and that for sure. Okay, let's try and go into this direction, actually. Yeah, so many lemon trees. This is where I'm going to come to pick lemons when I need them next time, or when they're in season next time. This is the spot. Look at them. It's nice and easy to traverse this as well, isn't it? Very easy going. Not too steep at all. I love it. Yes, I'm coming here to pick lemons, guys. Looks like there's lots of hellhounds around in the area, but that's fine because I can pretty well defend myself against those these days. Okay, stay next to, we have to go this way. Oh, there's the desert. So if we look on the map, you see this big desert. So we've been able to navigate quite well now. And where's that step? Well, either of the two. I think this is step tiles, isn't it? A wild beehive if somebody wants to come and catch some bees for themselves. Another kitty cat down there. Okay, so is that a champion spider up there? Let's see now. So we're coming along this edge here. Now, what we basically have to do is we have to get in between the two mountains. So I'm guessing that that is the second of the mountains. So we have to get over there into that little valley right there between the two. Yes, that's the plan. Okay. Yeah, seems pretty straightforward. So the only one problem that we have with doing the Wurm Roulette streams here on the new servers is that there's not so much there's not so many people living on the new servers, or shall we say that there aren't like so many like interesting deeds to check out because of course there's a lot of new players that haven't really gotten very far with their deeds, and they're quite sparse still, because when you go and do these Wurm Roulette streams on the old servers, you're going to find so many fascinating and cool like old deeds that people have, you know, built with really high skills, and they've been able to make anything they want, and so you see a lot more variation there. So yeah, that's a little bit of a downside to doing the Wurm Roulettes. Like, I'm starting to wonder whether or not what we should do is, if the Wurm Roulette lands on the new servers, whether we should look at the community map and pick out any interesting deed names we see in the general area, and then go and purposely like visit them to be able to find them in general. So that's, maybe we could do that like once we have planted the sign in the valley part here. We could have a look at the community map, see if there's any deeds nearby, and see if we could go pay them a visit. Yeah, the lemon trees just continue down here as well, don't they? And here's somebody's little place. But this is what I mean, that most of these newbie deeds are like this, right? Just a few like plain wooden buildings. They're just getting started. But they have a lovely spot though. What a nice spot to have, like right between the two mountains. So we're in the general, we're in the right area right now. We just need to find a spot to plant our sign on that's not going to be, an annoyance for the person who lives here. How they put their like animal pens like this. It seems like animal cruelty, guys. It's animal cruelty to make your animal pens like this, so it's like a big cone of grass. Look at that poor sheep. Imagine standing there with all the blood going to your head all day long. I've never seen animal pens quite like that. So, let's see. Yeah, I think the person found a really lovely spot for a deed. I love this spot. This is really nice. I mean, once they get some of these trees cleared out so you can actually see the views, and they get stuff like built in a little bit more, it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful spot. So I don't want to plant the sign up here because clearly that person, has their own little place going here. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually climb down. We'll go plant the sign down there close to the road, and then it won't be like in that person's way. I know I certainly wouldn't. I think I'd be annoyed if somebody came and planted a sign. Ooh, and there's a pig down there. If somebody came and planted a sign right, in the general area where my deed was. So, yeah, we'll go plant it down there, and I don't think it'll be in anyone's way down there. Let's take this pig down first. This is deeded. No, it is free land. There must have been some giggling in Deed Southon, yes. And Baron Tor says, Kona pens make the animal's legs stronger. Well, that's one way of seeing it for sure. Lots of unicorns hanging out there. Okay, down we go. Now, as for the sign, I think maybe this little lump here would be, just on the top of the lump would be perfect. This little mound, rather. Lump is not the right word. Mound is what I was looking for. And then we're going to rename it. So today is November 10th. It is November, isn't it? Yes, November 10th. There we go. Well, that's true, Ray, but it certainly would if those would be ditches. That would be annoying, wouldn't it? There we go. KatsPurr / Safarina was here November 10th, 2020. There we go. Perfect. Now, so what we'll do next is, now that we still have just over an hour time to stream before family goes to bed. So let's use that to just check out and see if there are. Let's check out the community map and see. No, not Melody, Harmony, and see if there are any deeds nearby that we could go and visit. So, we are right here right now. And there's a place called Tranquil Dale Pause Rest. Ooh, Pause Rest sounds nice. And there's a lot of deeds along the lake here, so Happy Shores, Cervenia, Arwick, Dorder, Sandering Priory, Thorns Retreat. Those sound nice. Let's do this. Let's come down here and go and investigate these deeds along the lake there. So we just have to go directly south. That away. And Reba asks, wait, is that a good method for keeping them apart in small pens? If that is a method, Reba, I would have never heard of that. I highly doubt it, to be honest, because the animals don't really, like when animals are like freely just like hanging around on the tiles, I don't think they really, like technically, I don't think they really care about the slope of the steepness and slope of the tiles, I don't believe. It's only when you're riding on a horse or going on a wagon or something like that. Lots of linden trees. Now I know where to come if I ever need linden sprouts, that's for sure. Hello, Bun Bun. Welcome on into the stream. So where we're going tonight is we are here on the server of Harmony. So our destination is the marker plonked itself down right here between these two mountains, and we just actually placed the sign. We have about an hour left of the stream, and right now we're going to go and just since we have still some time, we're going to go and just investigate the deeds along the shoreline here. How are you doing tonight, Bun Bun? So Reba says, if the tiles are too steep to climb, yeah, I don't think the steepness affects animals that freely just walk around, to be honest. I mean, you'll see animals walking along really steep mountains as well, so I don't think, and those would not have been, you know, I've certainly seen like mountains that are much more steep than that little cone was, so I don't think so, no. You're okay, Bun Bun, just recovering from a bad ear problem. Oh no, Bun Bun. So did you have an ear infection, or, because it's funny that you say that, Bun Bun, because I have had both of my ears kind of like, they're not fully blown infected right now, but apparently I should wash my earplugs. So sometimes when I'm going to sleep, I wear earplugs just because it just makes me sleep better for some reason. And of course, it's not the healthiest things for your ears. And I need to wash my earplugs, I think, because I have had a mild infection, but it hasn't been so bad that it's like it's hurting all the time. Thank you so much for the follow. Tenacious, welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen you here around before, but welcome on in. Are you a Wurm player as well? Yeah, Bun Bun. So it was like, oh, so yours was infected, but then the infection started because you have a glue ear. It can last 3 months. So is the glue ear, is that when it like sort of sticks to the, because what the problem I'm having, Bun Bun, is, you know how you want to like pop your ears so they're, because it's kind of like you can't hear properly, you know, like what's the phrasing of that, you know, like when you go on a plane, for instance, it's like fluid trapped in the nose ear tubes. I see. Yeah, so we're sort of going, yeah, yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Donut. Yeah, but there's like a proper term for that. And Cinder says eustachian tubes. But yeah, it's really nasty to have to deal with that. It's annoying. So what is this place called? This is called Dawn's Reach, which is a lovely name for a deed, and I really like the sort of layout of this house. You've got this little like parking garage for the cart, some storage, and then just the way that the fence is laid out here, it's really natural, isn't it? It's really naturally done. I like that. Like, I don't use the two, the arches that are like 2 tiles wide very often, but that actually looks really nice. I think the reason I don't usually use it is because a lot of my buildings have been made from the stone or the sandstone or something like that, and I'm not such a fan of the shape of that one. But with what's this called again? With the timber, I think the 2 tile wide timber arch looks really nice, actually. That's a really nice little home. If I would have done something different for this home, I might have made it so that the bottom layer is stone. I'm not sure, but they've done a fantastic job. And the door does. Oh, they have a little cow here, just like showing its butt through the window. So is this some kind of like a inn, or what is this called? Weeping Monk's Headquarters is what this place is called. Okay, I'm not going to go upstairs so I don't lose my horse. And those chickens are all... So do the chickens eat the hay, though? They don't eat hay, do they? Don't they just eat seeds and stuff like that? Can you actually keep chickens fed with like a pile of grass? I thought they... Look, there's even baby chickens, like chicks over there. Really, Jinjako? So chickens eat grass if it's in piles? I did not know that. Huh. Because I haven't wanted to keep chickens just because it's been such a pain in the butt to feed them the seeds all the time. But piles of grass is easy peasy. Look at that. And was it so? I'm guessing, guys, because of course the chickens and roosters in Wurm are kind of annoying because they don't... You don't get more chickens. You can't breed a chicken with a rooster in Wurm unless they've changed it, but at least back in the day you could not breed a rooster with a chicken. Instead, you had to get the eggs and that were fertile and then put them on a suitable type of tile. There were certain requirements for the tile that they had to be put on, and then you would just have to wait for it to hatch. Yes, comrade, that's right. That was Elite Dangerous music. Tuxie says, Cats, that reminds me, there are 2 hens at the mountain deed. How have they been staying fed? Good question, Tuxie. I've probably put those chickens in there like forever ago. I have no idea. I literally do not know why. I also noticed it and I was like, how have they stayed alive exactly? I wonder if they can eat that enchanted grass then. I don't know. And do these horses have any traits on them? Let's see. I'm always curious to snoop about the traits, guys, just to get an idea of how people's like horses are doing. Can't reach that one. Are the gates possibly open? Oh, they have a nice Appaloosa as well. Let's go see if we can get through the gates. We can, actually. Imagine the owner coming home and they're like, what are you doing in there? What are you doing in my pen, animal pen? Oh, that one is gonna deliver soon. No traits though. Very strong leg muscles on that one. No traits. 1 speed trait. 1 speed trait there as well. Yeah, so they're just getting started with their animal husbandry, I guess. But yeah, I really love the way that this place is laid out. It's very, very natural and kind of like organic and realistic, like immersive is what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna have to remember this. Dawn's Reach. Very nice job, whoever owns Dawn's Reach. Very, very nice job. I wonder if this road, let's just see if this goes directly south. Horse inspection, yes. So welcome back, Ayla. And Tuxie says, it says they're extremely well nourished. So I'm wondering if they actually eat from the enchanted grass, or how is that working? Yeah, Tuxie, yeah, I guess they must eat, because I have certainly not been keeping them fed. Absolutely not have done that. I don't think I ever put any food for them. So I wonder if they do eat the enchanted grass then. And Bun Bun asks, KatsPurr, what is your advice about selling horses that have no traits or one trait? Should we sell them for free, or is there value to them on the new servers anymore? Bun Bun, that's a good question. I honestly don't know, because I have not tried selling a single horse yet. I've just been trying to fast forward to getting to the 5 speeds, and then I'm going to start selling once I have like a good stock of 5 speeds going. Because obviously when you're getting, because you know how it goes, you're getting 1 speeds, and then you move on to 2 speeds, 3 speeds, 4 speeds, 5 speeds. So you're constantly trying to get that stock up, right? And then as far as the 1 speeds, I've been giving, like, once I outgrow the 1 speeds and 2 speeds, I've been giving them away to our alliance members for their own use. So I have not been selling those. I would imagine, though, Bun Bun, that I think at least, I would say that okay, here's what I would say. I would assume, this is just my assumption, but I would assume that horses that don't have any speed traits, but that have a special color, are worth something. Then the ones that have 1 trait, regardless of what color they are, probably still have some worth for sure. Because I think like when I've been inspecting people's horses, I see a lot of people with horses that don't have any traits yet. So give it a go, see what happens. And Bun Bun, of course, you could always check the trade chat, your logs, from, how like Wurm saves the logs, or else the forums as well, and see what you can find. You must go, Reba. Okay, thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight, and you have an awesome evening. And Jinjako says that Cadence is empty of horses. Really? Cadence? Empty of horses? Seriously? That surprises me. Oh, guys, I'm going to have to go get some water. And we are back, and thank you so much, Aftermath, for that subscription. Very much appreciated. I'm glad that you're enjoying the stream. And Aftermath, I'm trying to think about whether we have ever chatted before. Are you a Wurm player as well? So just going back to the horse topic here. So let me see. So Cadence is empty of horses, other than hell horses, right? And Bun Bun, you have a ton of horses you don't know what to do with now, so you maybe will try and sell some. Yeah, absolutely, Bun Bun. You might just have luck with that. Give it a go. I absolutely have no idea what the prices are for those, though. I mean, like I was saying in my last stream, I think a lot of people probably would have like sold off the 1 and 2 speeds. But I'm still actually using 1 and 2 speeds for my breeding, to be honest. So I haven't really like what I'm doing right now is I'm keeping like so the studs, the stallions, I'm making sure those are like really, really good ones. And then I'm killing off any like bad like stallions that aren't really very useful. But then I'm breeding still like the lower grade like speed mares, so that all the mares are pregnant, but paired up with like good stallions. And it's slow going still though. I really should have made a faux priest. I really should have. That's a big regret. Okay, got my glasses polished there. So Bun Bun says that you haven't found a single horse in the wild on Cadence in weeks. You just assumed everyone had them, right? And at Jinjako, you've been playing for over a month and nothing. Oh, wow. That's interesting to hear, guys. Like, I knew that was the situation on Harmony. I had no idea it was so bad on Cadence, though, because I thought the Cadence is just, like, filled to the brim with mobs and horses and everything. Somebody has a little place up here. Let's go have a little sneaky peek. Let's see what would be the best way to get through here. Let's go around from here, actually. And Donut says, yep, there are many breeders who just hoard hundreds of horses just to hoard them. Aftermath. So Semperfi in the game, right? Hello, Semper. Good to see you. And we had such a nice little chat in the forum. Forum is privately there the other day, and you and your, I think you guys were married, right? Or but your partners anyhow. I think it was your wife, right? You and your wife seem like such a lovely, lovely, wonderful, warm and friendly couple. Very nice to make your acquaintance. So Donut says, Cadence is absolutely not filled anymore, sadly. There are regions... Oh, I think my mic went out of the way. There are regions which are completely empty, like your big island in the south. Right. Just a lot of hoarding going on, says Jinjako, right. Yeah, I mean, if I see wild horses out in the wild these days, I'm not even like catching them anymore. I mean, I haven't been catching them for ages because I've been just breeding up my own stock, of course. But I could imagine that if they're, it's what's the phrase, guys? When not self-fulfilling prophecy, but the phrase for when one thing leads to another, which leads to another, but kind of like in the same way. So what I'm saying basically is, since everyone's hoarding, that means they're becoming rare, which makes people want to hoard them even more. I mean, if people want horses, my God, you got to go and play on Xanadu. I was playing with Malena and Xanadu during the dragon thing. There was just horses all over the bloody place there. Like tons and tons of them out in the wild. You guys would go nuts over there. So what is this place called, by the way? Hermit's Hovel. So this is Hermit's Hovel. What a lovely little name. And they got a little chicken spot there. And I've never tried making one of these, by the way. What do you need to make a turret? I think you need like a priest of some kind, right? To do the blessing or something like that. Hello, Zio, and thank you so much for that subscription. That is so very kind of you. And of course, you and I also had a nice little chat the other day. And thank you so much for that, Zio. I'm glad you enjoy these streams. And we were just talking about like the horse shortage problem right now. And we were wondering about what kind of like whether one speeds. I you know, it sounds like it, Bun Bun, that you could definitely make a buck selling those one speed horses that you have like an excess of. So let's just check here. How the heck? So this one, for instance, is a lightning turret. You have to have a priest do something to it, don't you? So converted from a strange device via a spell. Must be... Okay, let me see. These are like from the PvP side of things, so they cause damage on PvP servers. So you have to cast Courier or Dark Messenger while high up upon a mountain. What? Hold on. Lightning turrets are strange devices that have been cast upon with Courier or Dark Messenger while high up on a mountain. They cause damage to nearby enemies. Only function on PvP servers. On PvE freedom servers, they're purely decorative. Must be 10 tiles away from another turret. Can be loaded on a large cart, wagon, or picked up unless planted. Okay. So if you wanted to, so it starts off looking like this kind of thing. And then you have to cast. So if you just wanted to make one as a decoration, you could without, if you were happy enough that it didn't have the light on it. But then when you want it to look like the glowy ones, you would have to cast a spell. Or the courier spell. Okay, I think we have somebody in the Alliance who can actually make those. Now, of course, it doesn't have this sound effect, so it's something to consider as whether you want to listen to that sound effect, like, 24/7. But yeah. Oh, so the person actually has 4 of them. I didn't even notice. It's like 4 of the different types. Acid, frost, fire, and lightning. So that was a hermit's hovel, was it? And that must mean... Okay, that's not actually marked on the map at all. But we were heading south. Let's just make sure... Oh, we need to get out of the deed, don't we? And Sergeant Scully says, you started a fresh account on Cadence with your 10-year-old son 2 days ago. You've seen very few mobs. Oh, really, Scully? That's crazy that it's changed so drastically. I mean, when I was considering making that deed on Cadence, the main reason was because Cadence was such an awesome place to come do some hunting, but it looks like it's just, because everyone came there to do hunting, now it's not such a good place to do hunting at anymore. And what a lovely spot this deed is on as well. And this place is called Dragon's Flight. What lovely deed names these people have here. Dragon's Flight. I really like that. The beautiful view of the water there, the lake. And they're building themselves a corbita. So we reached the water. So we're somewhere. I'm guessing we're somewhere here now. And actually that's exactly where we wanted to get to. We should... So hold on. The water... Let me just go over here and see if I can see anything. Huh. I'm guessing that we're here somewhere right now. Yeah, there's the sand. So we're somewhere possibly around here. So we're going to continue along the shoreline and see if we can find pause or rest next. And after, yes, you guys are married, right? So I remember it correctly then. Sunoka says, you still could make a faux priest. They are very useful, better late than never. Yeah, Sunoka, it's just that, like, there's only so many characters you want to keep as premium characters, right? So I have Milena, I have Safarina. I'm not sure if I really want to start paying premium for a third character, to be honest. So, yeah, Vicious Cycle. That is very close to the phrase I was looking for, Taxi, but not quite. The meaning is something like that, but I meant that hold on, what was it? Prepitating. No, what's that word? Let me see if I can Google it. I think Google will. Self-perpetuating. How do you pronounce that? I'm sure there's going to be an audio. Oh, do we have this on mute? No?
Self-perpetuating.
Self-perpetuating. Having a system that prevents change and produces new things that are very similar to the old ones. I'm not sure if that was the one I was looking for. There was some kind of phrase similar to that, though. How have I forgotten how to pronounce that?
Self-perpetuating.
Perpetuating. See, that's what happens, Taxi. I mean, you know, because of course you live in Norway and I live in Finland, and we're both from North America originally, so I'm not sure how whether you've noticed that your English starts to get rusty over time. I mean, I've been living here since 1988, so there's definitely some like English words that you know, the North American pronunciation. I have just forgotten how to do that sometimes, and I need your guys' help once in a while. Yes, Cinder, exactly like that. So Cinder was saying like the coronavirus and toilet paper phenomenon. That's another word that's really hard for me to say. Absolutely, you got it spot on, Cinder, and we're stuck in here, guys. We're gonna have to get out. God, I hate it so much when there is like a fenced area, and then you're given access from one end, and then the way to get out is locked. And then you get trapped in there. I hate that so much. Like, I wish people would either just lock the whole area, or else, you see this? Now I'm gonna have to try and find my way out again. This happens sometimes, and it's very annoying. Exactly, Cinder. Oh my god, there's no toilet paper. Now I have to hoard toilet paper. Oh god. How do we get out of here? Am I gonna have to go into the water, or what is... Oh, I see. So, so you and right. So you're Semper's. So you're Semper's wife. In game, right. I didn't connect you to like in Discord at all, or like rather, like when we were chatting, CO in Discord, I did not connect you to the whole Semper's wife thing at all, right? So so that's a complete coincidence in a way then, that I happen to have like very nice chats. Well, we had the mutual chat, of course. Here, I finally find my way out. But is there a way for me to get around? There must be. Okay, let's go this way then. And this is just going to take me back up there. I don't want to go back up there. Let's go swimming then. Don't think there's any other like choice here, really. Sinoka says, there are so many people on Cadence now. You're not surprised the wild horses are gone. Just like it was on Harmony when population was high. You think it has more to do with that than hoarding, as there were always hoarders here. Yeah, right. Could be, could be. Um, and Tuxie says a positive feedback loop would be the same concept, but not very common phrase to use. Right. No, that I haven't heard of that phrase, so that wasn't the one I was thinking of. Brain fog, yes. And let me just see, Tenacious, whether you... I'm trying to see whether you actually ever responded to my question there earlier on. Just going to scroll up a bit, because I think I asked whether you play Wurm, and I don't think I saw a response. No, at least from scrolling up I couldn't see. This was the problem. We're gonna have to get around this fence over here. And Sanoka says, true about keeping the premiums going. You had to let your characters on the old servers go into hibernation while you focus on the new ones. You know, I would do exactly the same thing, Sanoka. I would do the same thing. The only problem is I have to keep my, I have to keep Malena going for the horse breeding market, for the horse market over there. And I still have customers buying horses over there, so I have to keep her going because of that. A self-fulfilling prophecy. I wonder if that was... No, that Drogos, that's a familiar one, because self-fulfilling prophecy is similar, but that means more like when you're... As far as I know, that phrase means more like when you are really, really thinking or wishing something or else dreading something, and then because you think about it or dread it so much, it happens. So it's sort of like if somebody is really, really nervous about getting nervous, then they just get nervous, you know? What would be a better example than that? Yeah, no, that wasn't quite the phrase I was looking for. So, Tenacious, you do play from time to time? Right. You tend to switch between Wurm and Life is Feudal, right. How long have you been playing Life is Feudal? I've definitely looked into Life is Feudal a few times, but I just haven't gotten around to trying it. I have watched the trailers and sort of looked at some of the footage, but the only reason I haven't really given it a try is because so many people tell me that it's just like a blander version of Wurm, that it's pretty, but as far as like game content and depth, doesn't offer as much. So this place is called Top Hat Marina. What's over here? Oh, that's the dock. I quite like this entrance to a dock. It's quite nice. Hello, Cam loves you. Welcome on into the stream. So Tenacious, you've been playing Life is Feudal for about 3 to 4 years. You don't know if you'd say it's blander than Wurm, but in vanilla severe the grind is unbearable, right? Hello, Cam. But vanilla servers, right. So, so when you say the grind is unbearable on vanilla servers, are you talking about Life is Feudal, or are you talking about Wurm in that case? I'm guessing you're talking about Life is Feudal, though, right? So it's also a very grindy game. And from what I've heard, Life is Feudal was first founded by Apparently some salty, like, worm players or something like that. So from what I've heard, and they decided, well, you know, they were sort of like, F you to Wurm, and they decided to go off and make their own game. That's the story I've heard. I don't know if it has any merit, though. It's just what I've heard. The village of Pause Rest. So, now we found Pause Rest, which is over here. There we go. So, this is what we were trying to find. So, this is the little village of Pause Rest. Let's go see what's inside here. So, Life is Feudal was grindy in the beginning, in the vanilla servers, right? That's locked, unfortunately. What was I gonna say? And what's the state of these horses? Cats the horse snoop is on the prowl once again, guys. So what, do they have any speed traits? Spark in its eyes. Nothing there. The doors are locked. Nothing there. Strong body. Lightning movement. Strong body. So this person is able to breed up 1-speed horses then, it seems. CEO, I have no idea. I have no idea whatsoever. I have heard Wayne the Whip. I've heard that name before. I'm not sure if it's somebody who's been on the stream or if it's a name that I recognize from Discord. I don't really hang out so much on the Wurm Discord myself. But it's a very familiar name for some reason. I think they might have been on the stream chat before, perhaps. And this is one of the first rendered houses I'm seeing here on the new servers. And of course this material, guys, is what the Sandstone Kingdom is pretty much made of, is these rendered wall types. So we have a lot of building up ahead, of course, once we get to the building stage of things. Lots to do before that, though. Oh, by the way, guys, remember when I told you that when people sail by my place, they give comments like how ugly the place looks? It was so funny because somebody sailed by the other day and I saw it in local, because I usually don't have the local chat open by default. I usually have Alliance chat open, and so a lot of times when people are saying things in local, I don't actually notice until it's too late, like later on, hours after they've passed through. Anyhow, somebody had been sailing by in local and they said, interesting. Like I'm assuming by interesting it was like a kind way to say, okay, that's one damn ugly looking deed right there. And who is this coming along, rolling along here? No Herod, educated mason.
Hello, how are you?
And Aftermath says, so he was streaming it day 1 of Harmony launch, but only did a few streams and disappeared. Oh, maybe that's where the name is familiar from. Yeah, maybe that's it. Let's just turn off this UI here. But about the streamers, we've been seeing, of course, a lot of Wurm streamers, and I'm glad to see that even though some have already quit, we're still getting like fresh blood as well in the Wurm streaming community. Oh, there is a slate building, also not so common to see yet here on these new servers. Because of course making something from slate is kind of more like an end game thing. Ooh, and they even have like a marble brazier up there. Those are super annoying to make, by the way. You have to have jewelry smithing quite, well, not super high, but you have to have some amount of jewelry smithing to make one of those. You need marble, you need gold, lots of gold to make one of those. And what's this place called, by the way? Village of Thorns Retreat. And what's that building called? That is Thorns Light. So it's their kind of like a priest spot over there to go and do their praying and stuff. Very nice little spot for that, by the way. I can imagine the view is really nice. You're starting a slate house in a few hours, Jincheko. Nice, yeah. I mean, finding slate veins are very rare. So that's fantastic. And Aftermath says, next time you swing by South Melody, you should sail over by your guys' place. We can compare which is currently the bigger eyesore. So what coordinates do you guys live at, by the way? Or did you say in that mutual chat? You might have actually said there. You might have said there. I can't remember now. So are the doors open? No, they're all locked. So these guys have a whole bunch of horses going. Let's just check if we can. Let's snoop on the traits once again and see if we can see anything. Oh, this person has got some proper traits going on here. Look at this. Fleeter movement, lightning movement, strong muscles. That's a 3-speed. 2-speed. 1-speed. Am I Snoopy, guys? Checking the horses like this? Is that creepy? Ooh, this one. 1, 2, 3. 3-speed plus keen senses and spark in its eyes, so it's going to live longer. 1, 2, 2-speed, that one. They got some nice horses going on here, I'm telling you. 1-speed. Creepy Snoop. Yes, Tuxie, I am. I'll admit it. That's a 2-speed plus spark in its eyes. So got some competition going on here, guys. 1-speed. Oh, the door's open. Okay. 1, 2, 2-speed. I think this person is kind of like at the same level as I am. So I've gotten a couple of 5 speeds. I've got about 10 4-speeds, a whole bunch of 3 speeds, whole bunch of 2 speeds, whole bunch of 1 speeds. But it's, you know, it's very slow going. Look at all the horses they got in a row there. So hold on. Oh, they're hitching posts. First I was like, how the hell did they get their horses to stand in a row without saddles, right? So they're using hitching posts for that. Have they actually put food into the hitching posts, or are they just like basing it on... Okay, so they're probably... So if you have a hitching post, the animals can either eat from the hitching post or from the tile itself that they're standing on. That's kind of an organized way to keep the horses. What I've been doing is I've been actually putting saddles on mine. But that's an alternative, isn't it? That's an alternative. To keep them at hitching posts like that. Huh. Interesting. Oh, I see, Donut. So if there's carrots visible, like we see here, there's actually food inside. Okay. And that's a cool visual as well. That's very cute. Got some hay, got some carrots going on over there. And normal for all of us, says Jincheko. It's just animals, says Sail. And you're not snooping. Well, Sail, I have to say, I have a guilty admission to make. So when I was at the slayings over the weekend, I was snooping in people's backpacks, guys. Or rather, like in there, I was looking at their, I was checking their equipment. I have to admit, at first I was not going to do it. Jack was telling me to do it. I was saying, no, I'm not going to be a creepy snooper. But then I succumbed to my temptations and I couldn't resist. It was mainly because we were just waiting around for something to happen. And then there was nothing better to do. Hello, Joshua. Cat thief. Yes. Let me see what else here. And Dujensa says Jack does it all the time. Oh my gosh, his bad influence is rubbing off on me. Oh, actually, we wanted to go around this way, didn't we? Yeah, so I shouldn't be going up there. And let me just check here. I think I missed some things above. Oh, right, Jinjaku, about the slate. So you had dug out your deed to flatten it, to expand the shoreline, and then you found a slate tile. Nice. Very, very nice. Yeah. They are not very common at all. So that's a very, very lucky find you had there. And Donut, you were saying here earlier on that you made a marble brazier 2 weeks ago. Not easy to make for sure. Yeah, a real pain in the butt, isn't it? It really is. I had to make like a whole bunch of them for my horse market on Xanadu. Oh, it was so much work. Oh, so it was S23, Zio. Okay, I almost missed that message. S23 on Melody. Let's mark that down. Hopefully it sticks. S23 here. Ooh, you guys have a nice spot. What's actually the name of your guys' deed? And well, let's put like the proper name here. Just keep that open there for a second. So what's this place called? Sanderling Priory? Not quite sure how you would say that. So your deed name Aftermath is called After the Aftermath. Okay. After the Aftermath. So I'm just gonna put and the missus. There we go. And hopefully it sticks. Like I've been having some weird problems where then I cross over to another server, and so that was just a normal annotation. It was not an alliance annotation. And then I go to another server and then the annotation is gone. There's been some weird stuff going on with that. I'm so glad that the guard tower model is something that shows from a really, really far distance, just because I think it really makes a nice kind of visual, and also like usability wise as well, right? Because if you're in a well, I don't know, I guess across the lake not so great, but if this was a meadow and you really need to get to safety as like a new player, to see like a guard tower off in the distance would, oh, there's where I can go for help. Of course, by the time you would have ran over there, well, unless you had a crocodile after you, actually, I was just going to say that by the time you've run over there, you've probably lost the mobs that were chasing you. But actually, in the case of hellhounds and crocodiles, they might actually follow you all the way across if you're going across a meadow. Ooh, look at all this nice ore. This place, they've got some gold. Is that zinc? Lead vein, right. That is a very nice mine. They got a whole system and more lead. No, that's zinc this time. They look very similar. Iron. I'm gonna get lost here, I think. Uh-oh. How the heck did I get in here now? I think I came from here, yeah. And they got sandstone, and that's copper. What a jackpot! My God, that's like we haven't even looked at all the veins yet, or like all the tunnels. They may have a real jackpot with those ore veins. My goodness. I have on my island. Oh, I like that entrance to the house. On my island, I have marble and zinc, iron. And I do have a slate tile as well. But I think that's about it. So let's do the old horsey snoop. 1 speed trait on those ones. Somehow, I don't know why, but I really like how this this little ramp goes up like so with the flower beds for some reason. There's just something quite nice about that. And then sort of like up till this point, it looks really nice. And then you sort of start to look up and you're wondering like what's going on up there with the wood, which I'm not, maybe those are placeholder walls for now. I'm not sure if that was like a design choice to have it that way. Oh, I know what they're thinking is, you know how like the foundation of the house is often stone with the top being wood. That's probably what they're going for there. But I would have used timber, to be honest, because it kind of looks mismatched perhaps. Let's see what's inside. They got the high walls here, which I really like. It looks very, very cozy. I really like these, the way the steps are like, man, I should do more of that kind of thing. Very cozy. What is this place called, by the way? This is the village of Dorder. And a little marble horse entryway there. What's the view like from up here? Oh, this is a whole bigger place over here. We even got a merchant. What's the merchant selling? Oh, that's a trader. Okay. Oh my gosh, so much marble aftermath. You lucky ducky. You lucky ducky. So much marble. And who's that going down there? That is... Munchkin, is that? Oh, tile board. I was about to greet the tile border. Munchkin the Crazed.
Hello.
Yeah, marble. That's like a jackpot for sure. What's the time? 9:39. What does this tile say? Path of Knowledge. Oh my gosh, guys. Only a few more days. A few more days. And then I can make enchanted grass. I can hardly wait. I can hardly wait. Ah, it's gonna be so good to finally replace those ugly tiles with nice, luscious, juicy, green, enchanted grass for the horsies. They are gonna go nuts. Yes, Bun. Yes. Man, oh man. I wonder if I should, once I get my own place enchanted, my own grass tiles, I wonder if I should start selling that. But it's kind of a pain in the butt though, because you can only enchant one tile per day. So if somebody were to hire me to go and enchant their grass, it would be a matter of me hanging to hang out there for days on end as I enchant one tile at a time, or else I'd have to like travel back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So I'm not quite sure if I would want to necessarily sell that service to anyone. And oh, so you're already enchanting grass as well, Bun, right? So you've been enchanting your own stuff before. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, 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 of course. And you've thought about that too. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Malena can also enchant grass on Xanadu, and she's never sold the service just because I have better things to do than to sort of hang out for days on end. I guess if somebody really wanted to set up that kind of system, I mean, but then they would have to be premium characters. I was gonna say, I mean, you could make a whole army of characters who all have like enchanting abilities, and then take them as like an army over, like, let's say 5 characters, and then you could get 5 tiles enchanted per day, and then, you know, in 3 days you'd have 15 tiles enchanted. But that means you would have to pay premium for 5 characters, and then it's like it's kind of like, what's the purpose in that? That you're trying to make some money, but then you're losing money because you're paying for premium for 5 characters, right? So yeah, I don't know. What's the quality of these logs, by the way? 36. And they're rotting away, so the actual quality of that is probably not so great. And besides, you know, I'm not really, well, yeah, I'm not going to bother really with those logs, because actually the Factional Fight Brothers are doing quite an amazing job getting their, at least Farron is really getting his woodcutting skills up. He's at 55 right now. He's probably more than 55. Those guys have a trader as well to get the discount for their deed costs. I have one as well on the deed I have as well on Melody. And it's been actually kind of handy, guys, to have a trader in the Alliance, because for instance, Ivy Song, she's been needing a lot of like shaker orbs, so she just comes over to my place and purchases them straight off the trader. And I've actually bought 2 large magical chests off of my own trader as well. It's kind of handy to have one actually on the deed. So for those who don't know, if you have a trader on your deed, so they cost quite a bit. If I remember correctly, it was like 35 silver, so it's a huge investment. But they will then give, what was it, 20% discount to your deed upkeep from then on. So I think it's probably worth it in the end, as long as you stay in that one spot, because unlike merchants, oh, this is an interesting entrance. Unlike merchants who can be packed up and moved, traders cannot be packed up and moved. So if you remove the trader, you can't put it back down. So that's just something to know, especially considering how expensive it is. So you would only want a trader if you have, first of all, it's obviously not very much worth it if you just have a small deed. And that's an interesting way. Look at that, guys. Okay, I'm going to go to first person view. Look at that. That is an interesting entrance. I'm going to have to take a screenshot of that now. That is a very interesting entrance for their mines. My goodness. Very, very interesting. So they've basically, what they've basically done is that they've surface mined the top there to be flat. And that's all like the inner cave. That's like, I'm not sure if I would say it's beautiful. It's not necessarily so beautiful, but it's very interesting and kind of cool, very unique. I've seen, you know, entrances used to some extent. A whole bunch of beds in there. What is going on with those beds? It's a shame I can't get inside. Very unique, isn't it, Tuxie? Yes. And what is this place called, by the way? Village of Mulberry. I wonder what the point is with all those beds over there. It's like, is this like a bed at the local, like, mattress factory or something? Mattress, like, outlet. They've got a whole bunch of horses. It's horse snooping time. That one's 1 speed. 1 speed. One speed. 2 speeds. Okay. And these ones are saddled. Could these possibly be their best horses? No, that one doesn't have any speed traits. Yeah, okay, so they're not that high. And hello there, Crepid. Is that place abandoned, do I think? No, I don't think so. No, it's not. It's... This... Hold on, this is called... Mulberry. This place is called Mulberry. Wonder what they're planning to do. I guess they're making, like... Are they making a pathway up to the top up there? Yeah, they're making a crisscross, like a zigzag path to the top up there. And what's up with this tile here? Marble. Right. Now, let's go see what else we have here. Yeah, I'm not sure what you meant there, Crepid, or like why you were wondering that in particular from that place. But yeah, it's definitely not abandoned. But interesting. I wish I wasn't a fly on the wall sometimes. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of work, zigzagging all the way to the top there. I wonder if they're going to actually do something with the very top in the end. Hello, Griff. Welcome on into the stream. We're actually just about to wrap up the stream today. We already found our destination location, which was actually just... Oh, what the heck is happening? Which was over there on the other side of the lake. So today, Wurm Roulette, our Wurm Roulette destination was over here on Harmony, in between those two mountains. So actually that would be right over there. That's where we placed the sign already, and now we're just doing a little bit more exploration before I wrap up. We just saw such an interesting way to do the mine entrance there a moment ago. I'm not sure if you saw that part, Griff, or not, but it looked really cool. And Jinjiko says I should stream more often. Well, Ayla agrees. Well, thank you guys. So at first I was actually streaming, well, for a while actually. First of all, when there was the Steam launch, I was pretty much streaming every day during the launch, those couple of weeks after the Steam launch, but there's only so long that you can keep that up. Then I lessened it to 3 days a week, and even that felt like too much. So now I've had the balance of the Wurm Roulette streams on Tuesdays and the Kingdom update streams on Saturdays, and that's felt like a perfect balance. it's felt like it's just enough so that it's not stressing me out. But at the same and also I also get the yearning, like it's by the time by the time Saturday comes or by the time Tuesday comes, I'm already like, you know, all amped up to do the stream. So, but when I was doing 3 days a week, back then it felt more like, oh no, is it already that day to do it? Like, so yeah, I lessened it by 1 day, and I think I've sort of found that perfect balance now. So it's not stressing me out. Because streaming, you know, you might think that, well, hey, all you have to do is just play the game, turn on the stream, and chit chat. But actually, it's quite taxing, like emotionally. Like, I think Griff can relate to what I'm talking about. Oh, and speaking of Griff, let's do this little thing that I said that I would do earlier on during the stream. So I think Griff can relate because who is part of the factional Fight Brothers, because of course Griff and Farron, they both have, you know, very, very busy lives, and we've talked with them about how, especially if you do a very long stream, it can be, it'll just drain all your energy from you, quite honestly. Even if the stream is very pleasant, even if the chit chats and the discussions are very pleasant, it's quite draining at the end of the day, because when you're streaming, you're kind of like trying your very best to be entertaining. Well, not that you're trying to entertain per se. At least on my stream, I'm just being myself and just, you know, chit chatting whatever comes to mind. But still, I mean, to be able to like talk for many hours straight versus just sitting there and like playing the game, that's two completely different worlds, right? And Griff can totally relate. And Zio, you're off to bed. Thank you so much, Zio. That's so kind. And thank you again so much to both of you guys for those subscriptions. That's really, really sweet. And I hope you have a great night and a good sleep tonight. I'll talk to you later. Oh, Griff, I can imagine. Yes, I've done some teaching work as well. Not like you do, not as a full day job, but I've done some teaching but they were to like adult students, and even that was very, very draining as well. Yeah, I can, man, I can't even, well, actually, I can't imagine first teaching and then streaming, then having like a family with a whole bunch of kids. On top of all that, that must be so taxing for sure. But you and Brian, you guys do a fantastic job, and you put so much effort into your streams as well. And you really like, you know, plan them out, and you have so many good topics to talk about. And Tuxie says you're multitasking on a high level and have to be very on for an extended time. Brain is working very hard to manage it all. Yes, absolutely, Tuxie. That's very well described indeed. Let me see if I missed something here before Ayla also understands. And you did catch it, Griff. You did see that cool entrance. Nice. Yeah, it was pretty cool, huh? Oh, right, Crepit, because you didn't see any people around. Yeah. I mean, I guess the person is just offline right now, but that's true though, Crepit, that like, you know, I think you're onto something there, because I remember when I started to play Wurm. Okay, here's something interesting, guys. So so if we think about other MMOs, when we encounter towns and villages in other MMOs, what is it we see? We see buildings, we see wagons and carts and animals, some furniture, but we also see NPCs. standing around, chit-chatting, doing some animations. But then you come to Wurm, where all of the villages are actually created by players, but obviously players, unlike NPCs, cannot be standing around animating all day long. So as a new player, you come to Wurm, and it probably does feel that way, that when you see these grand, huge cities with no one standing around, because not everyone can be, you know, just online all the time, you do get that effect of it being empty and kind of like dead, right? Because you know, Crepid, like you're really actually like onto something, because you're reminding me very much of my first months in Wurm. So here's what happened when I first started playing Wurm is that I was so scared, like back then, actually, when you started Wurm, so I started in 2013, you did not start with any starter armor or weapon, if I remember correctly. I think all you had is a few tools. So I didn't have any armor or weapon, if I remember. Yeah, at least, okay, maybe there was a sword and shield, but there was definitely not the leather armor when I started. Yeah, you didn't start with any armor. So those first couple of months, I was just like a scaredy cat at my house, just trying to craft and get things going. And I didn't dare to go out like hunting anything at all. I didn't dare to go out adventuring, exploring and all that stuff. I couldn't even ride a horse back then. So once I finally did go out exploring for the first time, Crepid, I actually had that experience that I came upon these huge, beautiful cities, and I didn't see anyone around. And if you come from the world of the other MMOs where there's always NPCs standing around, it feels, that's the first like wave of like reaction that you get is, man, why is everything dead around here? Why aren't there any people around here? It seems so abandoned and empty and, what's the word? Not solitary, but there's a word like solitary. Gosh, what was the word I'm looking for? Solitary. Desolate? Desolate is probably the word I'm looking for, yes. Desolate. And it was actually after I experienced that as a new player that I made a post on the forums suggesting that we were to get, I mean, we've talked about this, having like NPCs that you could purchase. And I started a conversation about that, a suggestion about that on the forums. And there's a lot of backlash to that idea because there's a lot of players who feel very strongly that Wurm should only be like real players, but we do have traders, merchants, and the guards. So yeah, I understand, but at the same time, I don't really understand. But yeah, actually, you're really onto something there, Crepid. Hello, Joe. Welcome to the stream. Didn't mean to do that. Sorry, guys. I'm not abandoning you quite yet. Yeah, that could have been a grift, like with a short sword or something. Hello, Blue Forest. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, desolate was the word. You guys are the best. You're always helping me out with all the words, aren't you? Because old Granny Cats is always struggling with remembering. God, I really hope, like, you know, that I don't have like some early form of Alzheimer's or something like that, because I'm always forgetting words these days. And you know what's kind of creepy, guys, is sometimes, like, I'm not sure if this is like, I'm in my 50s, so I'm not sure if this is just like a normal effect of aging. But you know what happens a lot of times is that I'll be writing a sentence, and even though I know the sentence should go in a certain way, by mistake I write a completely different word in between that I meant to. So let's say that the sentence would be, a cat sits on a chair. I might have written in a cat lies on a chair or something like that. And then I'm looking at my sentence. And I'm like, why did I write lies instead of sit? I meant to write the other word. It's almost like my brain is like just taking over and putting in another word. And I'm not sure if that's like something I should be worried about or not. But that's started to happen lately. Oh, there's a pig up there. And I'm not sure if that's... It's fun to try and guess the word, says Tuxie. I'm glad. And Joshua, you locked the car door, so I'm not the only one around here. Oh no. That must have been super annoying. So did you have to get like call a company to come and open it, or how did you handle that situation? Okay, some more bacon for our pantry. By the way, killing off the pigs on my deed, best decision ever. They were stressing me out, I'm telling you. So Joshua, oh right, so as in you keep forgetting whether you locked it or not. You walked back 2 times to the damn thing, twice this morning. Oh, wow, right. And you know what else happens to me, guys? Is a lot of times, like, I'll be sort of lying in bed when I wake up or when I'm going to sleep, and then I see, like, a comment or an email or a message to me from a friend, and since it's such a like pain in the butt to actually write long bits of text, like in a mobile phone, at least for me, I'm very fast on the QWERTY like keyboard, but on a mobile phone, I'm really slow at like writing. So then I see the message and I'm like, okay, I saw the message. I'll be sure to respond to them the next day or once I get to my computer. And then I completely forget. And to do that, it's almost like it came into my memory, it went out of my memory immediately. And then, since in most of these like programs, of course, these days you can see if somebody looked at your message, you know, seen by cats, whatever. Then the person sees that I did read their message, but I never responded to them. And then they make the false assumption that, you know, that... that I'm mad at them or something like that. Oh, it's so embarrassing. I don't know if that happens to you guys at all, but it happens to me all the time. There's a little chicken. Oh, it's a pheasant. Yes, pheasant. You and I, we have some business to take care of. Don't you stand there looking so innocent. Is this undeeded land, by the way? No. And Griff says, it's the autopilot syndrome. You'll be driving along and then suddenly you have no memory of how you got to where you are. Oh my gosh, Griff. You're getting old like the rest of us. Joshua, well, today was a blast. A security guard clocked you lurking around the car, so you had to unlock it to prove to him the car was yours. Man, did you rant? Oh, Joshua, no. How embarrassing, or like how like humiliating. Oh, but of course, you know, the poor guard, he only had good intentions, right? He was only trying to save your car from being stolen, so he was just doing his job. But yeah, I can understand how humiliating that must have been for sure. I relate that to an experience when I was like a 20-year-old, and I was leaving a very large shopping, not a mall, but like a department store. There was a department store called Eaton's in Canada. I'm not sure if it still exists, but it was back then. It was at least a very, very big one. Oh, look at all the hellhounds here. Gonna have to be careful. Anyhow, I was leaving the department store, and then suddenly somebody grabs my arm, and it's a security guard, and they say, "Excuse me, miss, can you show me, please, like what's in your bag?" No, I think he actually asked me to come to the back room, or did he check my bags right there and then? It could have been that he checked my bags right there and then still asked me in addition to come to the back room. And it was such a traumatizing experience because obviously I hadn't taken anything. I don't know why they got that idea. To be honest, though, I was very much like a goth-looking person back then. So maybe just they thought like by default goths are like, fishy people in that regard. But it was traumatizing. So I know exactly how that feels, Joshua. Oh, so Eaton's went out of business, says Griff. Okay, Griff, talk to you later. Oh, there's a lion. Is that like a raging mountain lion? Oh, yes, please. Let's just make sure to eat up and also drink up first. Yeah, I think we can take this this guy down, just easy peasy. So the raging, it's almost like the raging animals have a little bit of like a orangey or reddish tinge to them. Because he definitely looks more orange than just the normal like mountain lions. We need to get our stamina up, so we need to, let's go up to a more even tile here. There we go. Okie dokie. Hello there, Wording One. Welcome to the stream. You see, I dual wield the best weapons in the game. Are these the best weapons in the game? Wording. So the idea that I got for doing the double sickles or the dual sickles is because simply that when we started here on the new servers, I wanted to try something different. So I have a silver staff with Malena on Xanadu, and I wanted to try something different. And a lot of people were talking about the different types of weapons, and I just saw some PvPers talking about dual sickles in one of the, it was probably somebody's stream, and they were talking about it, and I was like, dual sickles, maybe I'll try that. And I have to say, I mean, these ones, they don't have any enchantments on them. The quality, I believe, is around 50. Quality is 20. What? How are these only? Oh, I guess I must have repaired them. I'm gonna have to. Oh, because it's weaponsmithing. That's right. The weaponsmithing is the bottleneck here. Because I can smith stuff up to over 50, and I believe these sickles have been originally improved by Griff, who is a sort of like our alliance, like blacksmith. But yeah, it's the weaponsmithing that is the bottleneck there for getting them smithed up higher or improved up higher. But yeah, even so they don't have any enchantments. They're just made from iron, and the quality is 20 to 30, and you're seeing that I'm actually doing kind of okay with them. I can even take down the hellhounds. I just have to sort of sometimes I have to heal up in between. Oh, there's a pig again, and there's also a little kitty cat after us. Let's definitely take down that pig for the bacon. So Wording, if you have good metal, you should be able to imp them up. Okay. Like high quality iron, I guess you mean. And Duke Jensen with the Dad Joe's bicycles. So high DPS, fastest, not highest. Highest is Jinchako says highest is huge axe. I see. And Tenacious asks, is there a server you normally play on? So Tenacious, most of my time is spent on Melody and then Xanadu. Because my deeds are on those servers. And Jinjaku says silver versus creatures would do more damage. Yeah. So my staff is silver that Malena has. I have a silver vein on my deed. Did I say, by the way, when I was talking about my own ore veins, I'm not sure if I mentioned the silver or not, but I have a silver one. I just haven't accessed it yet. I haven't dug it, like I haven't mined it out yet and opened up the mine. But I've just like prospected it. But yeah, apparently it requires a lot of silver for improving it. I might just have to access that silver and give it a go. Right, wording. So you just meant that the sickle is best overall damage, right? So my choice to use them is not too bad then, eh? That's good to hear. Oh, right. Sorry, you meant to say best DPS for one-handed weapon, right? Yeah, you know, wording, I often get like this comment from people that why are you dual-wielding sickles, because only really the right-handed one is of much use. But personally, I just like the way they look. Like, isn't this pretty badass, guys? 2 sickles? That's pretty badass. And I guess the only other alternative is to have a shield in the other hand, or I don't know what people usually have with a sickle. Is it a shield? It is edgy, isn't it, Donut? Yeah. I mean, look at that, guys. That is badass. I'm like, come on now. It looks pretty fierce, I think. Whereabouts are we right now? So, if we look at the map, we are probably somewhere over here now. We have to try and get to... Well, I'm just about to wrap up the stream, because I think my son's going to be going to bed soon. Yeah, maybe we can start wrapping up at this point. Let's see. Southeast, we need to get to northeast, so I'm going to have to go around at the top here. Let's try and get to the top of this mountain. Ah, Freddy-ish. Oh, thank you so much for that subscription, Tenacious Craig. I'm glad that you're enjoying the stream, and I very much appreciate that that support there. And guys, you guys were saying that there's no horses around. We found our first wild horse. Let me just, I'm just gonna capture it, like, and I'm gonna, oh, it's actually on deeded land, isn't it? Within the village of Yarak. So I'm not sure if that person realizes that they have like a horse just walking around here. Oh, they have their deed token up here, so they haven't actually started doing, maybe it's a, maybe they have a mine below or something. Oh, it could be. Could be. Let's check. But if it's branded, it's only going to stay in one place if it has a saddle. That's the point that I mean, that horse could walk off at any time. It doesn't have a saddle, so it could just, like, escape. Branding is not going to keep the horse in place, only if it has a saddle. So, oh, it's being taken care of. Adriana. It has been branded and belongs to the settlement of Thorn's Retreat. But, this is the village of Yarak. So this horse has escaped from Thorn's Retreat. And it's gone on its own journey, guys. It's gone on its own adventures, and it's ended up here at the village of Yarak. Bad horsey. Look at the beautiful view, by the way, guys. I really feel like taking a screenshot now. Yeah, escapist, exactly, Bun Bun. Yeah, at least they can track it down. If you know about that, if you happen to know that you can do that, because I actually didn't know that until a couple of years ago, when somebody told me on stream. Oh man, this is a nice spot for a deed. What a beautiful view! Like, in all directions from here. I hope they take this place forward. Beautiful, beautiful spot. What a like peaceful view from up here. Imagine smithing, guys, for hours, or cooking for hours, and then you had a window out at a view like this. How serene. I love it. That is a real nice spot they have. I do hope they use it and it's not just like because of having just mines below or something like that. And Tuxie wonders if they did some breeding, didn't need it anymore, and thought they would release it for someone else to find, but didn't think to unbrand it. It wasn't. I don't think it had any traits, though. Did it though? It was just like a normal wild one, wasn't it? And this actually has a very like mild way to get down as well. Like you're up on a natural mountain, but this like slope is just perfect for going down. That's a really nice spot, I have to say. Ooh, another pig. Did we? I think we killed the one above, didn't we? I think we did. We have been encountering lots and lots of little pigs. You see what I mean now, guys? That it just is not worth your time to keep them like on your deed. Since you can just go out and like just hunt them really for the meat and bacon. Okay, butchering time. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna wrap up now. I want to thank you all so much for joining me once again tonight as we went on our adventure. And just as a recap, what we did today is the marker landed here on the northern part of Harmony, and we came sailing over from Melody. We landed here. We had all kinds of weird chit-chats about all kinds of completely crazy things up through this area. And then we found all the cherry. Well, no, they were, yes, it was a cherry forest, and also lemon forests over here. And then we came and we planted our sign down there, and then we went around inspecting all of these deeds. And I believe we're here somewhere on top of the mountain, so I'm just gonna try and find a way to cross over there, and I'm gonna return to my ship. But I hope you all have a great, fantastic rest of your week. And I will see you hopefully again on Saturday as we do another update stream for the Kingdom Project. I'm not sure yet what we'll be doing then, but we'll figure something out. So I'm going to wish you all a good night. Let's just have a little sneak peek and see if there's anyone that we would like to raid. So I'm just going to check here very quickly. Let's see. There's God, that is so cringe when you can hear your voice like repeat itself. So there's somebody called Grim Kuwanger. Let me just have a very small look at this guy's stream for a moment and see if this is somebody we would like to go and raid. Oh, and by the way, guys, I completely... Tuxie and Drogos, I am so sorry. I completely forgot to do a little shout out for you guys as well. So Tuxie and Drogos also stream. That is their link right there. So go check them out if you're not following them. Oh, and Bun Bun as well streams. I've been trying to remember to do the shout outs tonight, but I've clearly forgotten. There you go, Bun Bun. Now, let's see what this guy is up to here. I'm just going to put the music back or off. Let's see what he is up to. He looks a little lonely. He's got 4 people watching him. And, you know, I have no idea what this stream is like, But let's take a chance and let's go raid him and just surprise him a little bit and see what his channel is like. Channel is intended for mature audiences, by the way, so just as a warning. Okay. Okay, night-night, guys.